are live, Fan Love Friday. I wish I'd say it is a special edition. It's always a special edition. Hopefully everybody's doing well. If you're watching this live, let me adjust my mic a little bit. If you're watching this live, let me know where you're watching this from. And as always, give this video a thumbs up. All that good stuff helps push it up the algorithm. The dreaded algorithm. Sorry for starting late today, ladies and gentlemen. We had a bit of a Valentine's Day photo shoot with some kiddos here. So super cute photos. My son, we made some Valentine's Day shirts and all that good stuff. So excited to be hanging out with you guys. Australia in the house. Hello. Langston, what up, bro? Thanks for hopping in this one. I know you missed the last couple. Vegas in the house. Youngstown, Ohio. Y'all inspired me. I had the day off today and spent like 7 hours recording a song. Skipped lunch by accident because I was so into it. That's when you're in that flow state, man. When just time just completely disappears, right? Good for you, bro. What else we got? You got my man Jay Lamar, who's in San Diego. Jay Lamar, San Diego. You got to come out to our event, bro. I'm gonna post a link in this joint. We're having a special event. On, what day is that going to be on? That day is going to be on February 29th at, let me see if I can find it. I'm trying to find a daggone link. At Culture Barber Lounge in Oceanside. So you should pull up, bro. It's going to be super dope. I'm doing my first live interview. And I'm trying to find a link for you guys. Again, if you're watching this live, hit the link in the like the video and let me know where you're watching this from. Conscience, I see you. Vallejo, California. Okay, so boom, I just posted the link for the event on February 29th. We're gonna have a ton of the Patreon there, bro. Oh, you already RSVP. That's love. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, January 29th, me and the homie Tage are doing a live interview at Culture Barber Lounge. Tage is a local barber in Oceanside, California, and we're going to be doing a live interview / pop-up shop. So some of you guys have been seeing the merch get better. Some of you guys may know that I'm kind of low-key into collecting and flipping sneakers, so I'm going to bring out some heat and all that kind of stuff. So if you're near Southern California, I'm talking if you are in Yuma, Arizona, LA, Bakersfield, anywhere, Los Angeles, Imperial Valley, plan to be at this event. It's going to be super dope. Saturday, February 29th, 7:30. It's free, by the way, and we may even provide food for everybody. But I need y'all to RSVP, please. Do that for me. All right. So, hopefully everybody's doing fantastic. Having a fantastic time. Again, like this video real quick. Those likes really do help with the algorithm. Those joints be helping with the algorithm. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure those joints be helping. I liked my own video because, you know, gotta love yourself, right? And I'm gonna post this from the King Stream joint as well. King Stream YouTube. Again, if you're watching this live, let me know where you're watching this from. Like this video, and we're gonna get started here shortly with some of your guys' music. I have been convicted about some things I need to do to add more value to you guys, so I got to really buckle down and get this book done, this ebook. How to make your first $1,000 off music merch or merch. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. But I feel like I really got to get this done because I need to add more value, man. And this book is something this ebook, I'm going to make it available for free for the Patreon community. And probably at a specific tier, maybe like the $10 tier, we'll make it free for the $10 tier and up or something like that. And then it'll go on sale. And then we'll probably make it into like an e-course as well that maybe we'll make free for the 20 and up Patreon community. Hey, if you are a fan of the channel, I would love for you to partner with us. The best way to do that is through Patreon. The second best way to do that is through copping some merch. Hello. We got the Outlier hoodies in mineral black. I'm wearing it right here. We got the black and the heather blue. We got the God's Dream t-shirt, the classic KD logo with the bleached hoodie. Those are fire, by the way. And we got God's Dream, all kinds of fly stuff, some John Keith Olympus merch, all on sale on the website. You could pick some up. So like I said, if you're a fan of the channel, friend of the channel, best way to support is on Patreon. That's how you get to get your music heard, get to cut the line. Second best way is to cop some merch. And I think the third best way, guys, you let me know what you think. Those of you guys, especially that are live here on YouTube right now, we might launch YouTube memberships and really just scale some of the content that goes on Patreon and just give it to people on YouTube membership. Maybe you're not in a hurry to get, to get your music heard and you just want to be a friend and a supporter of the channel. We will be doing that for you. Also, I'm looking for someone to help me create more micro content for Instagram and on TikTok. I've spent the week really trying to pump out TikTok videos. I'm trying to get lit with TikTok, but this is the deal. A lot of y'all watch a lot of the videos. So if you watch a video and you see like a minute excerpt and you just want to screen grab that joint for me and send it, those are super helpful. My 2 videos that went not super viral, semi-viral on TikTok have been videos by folks like you guys, literally just screen grabbing them, sending them to me, posting them on your IG or your IGTV or whatever, your IG stories, taking them joints, and I just literally take them, put them on TikTok, and they go crazy. So if I ever say anything in one of the interviews, if I ever say anything in one of the new Q&A, no data, reconnection. Okay, we're back. Okay, I think we're back. Let's see. Are we back? All right. Okay, I think we're back. We good? You guys in the chat, let me know if we good or not. Okay, so I don't know if you guys caught the last part. I was saying lost signal. Yeah, now we're back. Okay, sorry about that, fellas. Hey, so what I was saying was, boom, best way to support the channel, partner with us on the channel is Patreon. Many of you guys are already Patreon. Second best way is cop some merchandise. Boom, I already showed y'all the merchandise. Third best way, potentially YouTube memberships. Let me know what you guys think of them, if you guys like YouTube memberships. And fourth way is if you rock with any of the content, the interviews, the question and answer, the rants I do here, any of that stuff, and it speaks to you, please feel free to screen grab it, share it, send it to me. I might even send you some merch if something really pops off that you screen grabbed, like a minute clip or 2-minute clip or whatever. You chopped it down, you send it to me. I'll repost it. I'll shout you out. And if it really goes crazy, I'll send you some free merch. I feel like convicted in a way that I need to post more on Instagram. I'd be mad fancy on Instagram. I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? I just cracked 25,000 on Instagram. I'm verified on Instagram. And I'm thinking, like, I just need to start posting a lot of this content, scaling it over to IG, to TikTok, and not being afraid of what people think. In a weird way, you would think that, like, oh, Ruslan has 25,000 Instagram followers. To me, that's not a lot. But then, too, I do feel the pressure of wanting to perform well on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And maintaining a certain aesthetic and having a certain purist mentality. So if you would like to help out in that way, I would appreciate that. And I will reward you. Guys, I'm all about positive affirmation, all that good stuff. So let's get into some of y'all music, man. I'm excited to check you guys out. I am so humbled by this community. I tell you what, I've had people sign up this week that are very dope. There's already been like a freakish amount of heat in this community. But there's been some guys that like I listen to regularly that signed up. And I was just very, very humbled and very flattered to be in a position where I could serve you guys in this way. And just know that it's not it's from a genuine place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we're building something special. I feel like the artists I'm going to be working with moving forward, and potentially people I'm going to attempt to sign and help in a very like serious way, are going to be from this community. And I'm just very grateful for a lot of you guys, man. So let's get to some of y'all guys' music. And chop it up about that. Okay, so hold on real quick. Let me turn the fan on. It's a little hot in here. Again, hey guys, there's 27 of y'all here right now. Do me a favor, like this video. It's only 16 likes. If we get this 27 likes, guess what's gonna happen? YouTube's gonna reward us. It's gonna push it up the algorithm. So give it a like real quick. All right, fan is on. Got a fancy wireless fan. All right. There we go. 20 likes. Come on. Give me 28 likes, please, real quick. $21. Come on. Don't play me. And make sure you're subscribed too, by the way. All right. Music. Okay, so how do I listen to this music? I'm listening to this music as someone who is a professional full-time artist. I've been doing music professionally for 5 years. I've had, goodness gracious, probably 30 million streams across all platforms, maybe 50. I don't know. I gotta look at those numbers. I know I got a couple records that have done fantastically well on the streaming end. Sold tens of thousands of albums. Running a boutique label that does 6 figures consistently since 2015, and it's only getting better from here. And so I'm gauging this music on a, does it have replay value? That's what I'm listening for. Does it have replay value? That's the most important thing in this streaming climate. You have to have songs that can play hundreds and thousands of times for the same people a lot of times. So when does it have replay value? Music is subjective. I'm trying to give you objective feedback specifically on stuff like the mixing. Are you on beat? Is your tone interesting? Are you switching your cadences up every 4 to 8 bars? Does it sound like you're reading? Do you sound sleepy? Do you sound bored? Is there a phrase that pays in the chorus? Is there a memorable melody in the chorus, right? If you show me a music video, do you have an interesting look? Is there something attention grabbing? Right? That is what I am piecing together in these live streams. That's what I'm trying to get at and figure out as much as I can. And so that's the way I'm gauging it. All right, Bake Master said, if the Sunday Zoom call is during the time my date's supposed to be getting canceled on. Oh, you're funny. You gonna cancel on your date for the Zoom call. Thank you for reminding me about the Zoom call. If you're a new Patreon, the Zoom call is where it's at every Sunday night. We chop it up with you guys about whatever you want. Sometimes we turn that into content as well, and we do basically like a big discussion. So anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna get into y'all music. Langston Bristol. Super happy for this dude to be a part of the Patreon community. He's been sending me music for a long time, and finally I'm grateful that he signed up on Patreon and he's been here rocking with us for the past couple weeks, kind of crushing it. If I'm honest, this dude's been kind of murdering it with his contributions, and he's very dope. So I'm excited to see his release today. I think he said he had the first verse on here, something like that. Okay, yeah, sorry. Hey, I'm the first person rapping on the song as well, like the last one. Wait, hey, Rue, I'm the first person rapping on this song as well, like the last one, verse and hook. So you're first and last? Is that what you mean? All right, let's check you out. Nice vibe.
We just young and don't know anything, yeah. That's what they say about us, guess it's true. A couple dollars in the pockets of my jeans, yeah. I'ma spend it on me and my crew. Let's hop inside the whip and take it for a ride. Someone roll a spliff, it's time to take flight. We just some youngins tryna live our dreams, yeah. They gon' say, Langston, boy, we proud of you. Young kids out steady working, trying to get a piece of the pie. Get money, nigga, that's urgent. Right now, you ain't even gotta ask why. Trying to end up on the radio. Shouts out Shay 45. Hoping that you play my.
Yo, you've been pretty daggone consistent with these, Langston.
My jam sway. I hope I get to shake your hand, hey, cause you a real nigga. I've been in the field with a couple of dreamers like me, yeah.
The cadences are good, bro. Like the interesting cadences, the switching of the cadences, how clean you're hitting those cadences.
Young kids trying to get it how we live. Is my future bright? Well, it might be. Shit, you might see my face up on a billboard or at the Fillmore doing my thing on the stage, and the whole crowd gonna be so loud. My hometown gonna be so proud. Westland, Michigan, without a question. We just young and don't know anything, yeah. That's what they say about us, guess it's true. A couple dollars in the pockets of my jeans, yeah. I'ma spend it on me and my crew. Let's hop inside the whip and take it for a ride. Someone wrote a split, it's time to take flight. We just some youngins trying to live our dreams, yeah. They gon' say, Langston, boy, we proud of you, yeah.
Okay, Langston, bro, you bodied this verse. I like the vibe. Couple things, very, very specific critiques. The hook, you guys did some interesting panning stuff, so I appreciate the idea. However, you got to be intentional about these vocal alignments. So there's a program called Vocal Align that's super helpful. It's like a pitch corrector and a vocal aligner. So like that desperately needed a vocal line, because I don't think you guys are hearing this in YouTube in mono. I'm hearing everything in stereo, so I hear it from left and right. And so there are parts that like the harmony is slightly off from the lead or the other harmony on this pan side, and then it creates this like sloppiness with the way the vocal is stacked. So I would, if I were you, if you're mixing this stuff, hop in and learn about vocal lining and pitch correction. And so that's going to be your best bet. Vocal line, pitch correction, line it up perfectly. Like those things should be nice and tight. So no vocal should be slightly off, especially with stuff like that. It would have created a much more clean and cohesive sound. And so I think you have to get that part. And then the tuning on some of those harmonies sounded a little rough. Appreciated the second verse of my friend Supreme Word. Mix and hook has some hiccups. Yeah. Conscious heard it. Conscious is a great mixer, by the way. That might be, if you're not mixing your own stuff, Langston, that might be someone good to connect with. I'm not sure like what DAW you're on, but I would definitely look into getting Vocal Line. I gotta see if Vocal Line is available for Reason 11 now, because that is one powerful daggone mixing. So I think FL might have it. I'm not sure, but I think it might have it. I'm checking to see, because it's a different type of plugin. Anyway, just look into it, bro. Vocal Line, it's amazing. They have a standalone version, and it just saves a lot of times, especially if you're stacking. You can add that plugin on FL. There you go. So Conscious help you out. Bro, it's like $150 or something. It's not a lot. And for the fact that you're mixing your stuff already and it sounds as good as it does, this is one of those little minor tweaks that's just going to get you cleaner and more professional sounding. Another thing is, like, if you can in FL, try to EQ your reverbs. Sometimes when you just slap a reverb on a vocal, it kind of will also accentuate some of the muddy parts of the vocal, the 250, like the rumbler parts. When you have vocals with reverb and the reverb is EQ'd, it then creates a tighter, airier reverb, where here you hear some of the parts also accentuated that aren't as clean. You know what I'm saying? But Langston, bro, you're hella consistent, man. Like, you're consistent and you're dope, and you do like skits and comedy, and like you freaking do it all. So I think for you it's a matter of time and a matter of really like developing an audience. Are you on TikTok? Because you should definitely be on TikTok, like for real. I think that might be a great way for you to leverage some of your comedy, build an audience there, and transition that over. Bro, guys, I'm seeing so many people blow up on TikTok. I've been really spending a lot of time on TikTok. Like, don't be late to the platform because you're trying to be fancy or you're trying to be cool. Don't do it. You post on TikTok. How's your TikTok going? Is your TikTok the same? I'm gonna follow you on TikTok right now. I know a dude who's been a friend of mine for a while. I think he was going to school for nursing or being a doctor. Randomly, I know he was into fitness, but randomly I stumbled across his TikTok. He has like 35,000 TikTok followers. He has a TikTok fitness page, and then based on that, he then built a separate Instagram page that I wasn't following. He was following me from it, and that separate Instagram page is like 15,000 followers that's separate from his personal one, that's all about his fitness stuff, and he's crushing it, bro. And he has 17 clients. He's doing like virtual training, 17 clients. I don't know how much he's charging. Usually people charge a lot for that stuff. Langston Bristol. I'm trying to find your TikTok, bro. I'm just searching your name. Hopefully you're on here so I can follow you. Let's see. Okay. Boom. Just followed you. So you're at 148 followers, bro. Just keep posting. Try. The best thing you can do about TikTok is respect the platform, which it looks like you're doing. And just try to add value to people in some way, shape, or form. It's not necessarily where you go to like promote your music initially, but once you get popping, then you can promote and really do anything you want. And I've seen my man, Trey Little crush on daggone TikTok. So TikTok, guys, I'm trying to tell y'all, I talk about it every week. There's a reason why I'm investing time there. There's a reason why guys like Gary Vee are investing time there. And if you're not funny and you're not a good dancer, that's okay. Figure out something that you're an expert in and help people with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I post comedy and music stuff on there. Dope. Well, it's just a matter of time then, bro. You got to keep posting. You got to keep looking at the trends, keep looking at the songs that are trending, the hashtags that are trending, and keep at it, bro. And this stuff is going to, once you amass the audience, the rest of this is going to be cake. You know what I'm saying? The rest of this is going to be cake. And I'll tell you guys, Bartholomew Jones got a jam next. I'm going to tell you guys about a conversation I had with him about some of this stuff that I think, depending on who you are, this stuff might help you out a bit. You know what I mean? So, all right, so let's check it out. He says, Bartholomew Jones says, we just opened pre-orders for the album on our website. Did a off to the top freestyle in the last night exclusively for all the folks who pre-order. Would love to know what y'all think. Dope. My man's dropping freestyles. Let's get it.
And it's all over my road, yeah.
Bartholomew Jones, let's get it.
Oh, yeah. God, and it's all over my road. I forget God, and it's all over my road, yeah. God, and it's all over my road. All over my road. All over my. All of me, let it drip, let it drain. All of me, let me sip on the drain, yeah. All of me, let me sip on the chalice. Why I look like I just.
My man's Bart be killing with the freestyles off the top, yo.
That's about the palace. Thank you, Lord. Yeah, thank you, Jesus. Making me the way you made me, baby. Can't believe it. Gotta get on this. Pass it down like two generations, yeah. We gon' do what we do. Oh yeah, can't stop, won't shrink. Gotta do it like this, $2 brown all up in my drink. Caffeinated one time, I can't hate it. They want me stopping, but I'm too darkly shaded, yeah. Don't need no sunscreen in this. I feel like I'm in needing it, yo. Hallelujah, hallelujah, thank you. God, I made it, boy, I'm feeling good, I'm stankin'. It's loud in this thing. Yeah, boy, I'm proud in this thing. James Brown, gotta do it like this. Break down, gotta break it once for the people. Need the bread, come get your plate now. Woo! Thank you. Thank you. Pass it. Drink it. Thank you. Thank you. Pass it. I got African God and it's all over my road. African God and it's all over my road. African.
You said the audio is distressing. I don't know if that's the song. There's a couple clips in that in that joint. Is my audio distressing? Let me know, guys. I got a master limiter on here on my audio. Let me know how it's sounding. Pull some of the limiter back. Okay. Beggars can't be choosers. Yeah, I think it's the limiter is going too hard on the records. Okay, thank you for telling me that. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the threshold a bit so that it's not overdoing it. Thank you guys for telling me. All right, so let's see. Nope, that ain't it. Let's see. The threshold is here. Threshold is there. Put this on 4-1. And okay. All right, we should be good now. Okay, let me pull that some of it back.
It's out.
Is that better?
Dang. Yeah, well, I'm proud of this
I mean, he's clipping in the record too. Am I distorting? Is my audio distorting?
That's right. Gotta do it like this. Break down. Gotta break it once for the
Yeah, like that was him distorting. That little pop, pop, pop we heard.
people. Need bread, come get your plate now. Thank you. Thank you. Pass it. Drink it. Thank you. Thank you. Pass it. I got African God and it's all over my. All of me, let it drip, let it drain. All of me, let me sip from the drain. Yeah.
Yo, Bart, I like this joint. I feel like the auto-tune could have been used a bit better, but I think all in all, man, I think it's cool. I mean, you're really nice off the top. I just would have probably created a better preset for this to have more. Yeah, just for it to be a bit cleaner. That would be my only critique. I think, yeah, I think the auto-tune, sometimes it's okay to stack auto-tune on top of each other. So sometimes you might want to have like one auto-tune hitting it softly at a slower speed and then another auto-tune on top at a faster speed. That's okay too. You know what I'm saying? So all in all though, you're dope off the top, you know, and I think you just need a template to mix your records based on what vibe you want to do. All right. We got the homie John, made this a couple days ago, but I'm trying not to quantize stuff that much, all right? My last critique to John was to loosen up his kicks. Hopefully your kicks are loose. The other stuff should be quantized, though. Light it up, light it up. So there we go. Okay. That second kick is nice when that comes in. It's better. So this is, John, this is already substantially better from a swing standpoint. The kicks sound way looser. Now you got to find the right kicks and really study how to get your drums to knock. Like the punch isn't really there. Like those claps, those psh, psh, like those sound just really kind of like cheap. You see what I'm saying by cheap? Like they just sound mad. Like they sound like they're off of like an old Casio keyboard. Nice flip. Yeah, so this is going to be a lot of gain staging. Like that shouldn't be so loud. But those kicks should be up because you can't feel the knock on the kicks. Unless they... Okay, never mind. Yeah. Yeah, and bro, like you'd be surprised how much like running your tracks through Lander on the low volume mode, or running your tracks through mixed in key, or not mixed in key, platinum notes, or making sure you have a master bus compressor set with 10. I usually have mine set. Let me see. I'll just pull up my template so you guys can see it. So this is my template, and I want you guys just to see my settings. You did run that through Lander, so you need some kind of master compressor. So this, I'll show you guys. This is my template. Okay, you guys see that? So I'm a Reason 11 user, if you didn't know. And so this is my master bus compressor. So I have a 2-to-1 or a 4-to-1 on my master bus. My attack time is 10, and my release time is 0.1 of a second. And I kind of just adjust my threshold. I don't let it go over the 4 right in here. You guys see that? I don't let it go past 4. And this just ends up sounding good. Like it just glues everything together. It's not over the top done, but a good master compressor can really get stuff to kind of glue together. You see what I'm saying? And so I think you need something to glue those drums together while at the same time making them knock a bit more. all the melodies get pushed up too much. Yeah, so run a master compressor first in your session and just tweak it. And you can Google like different master bus compressor settings, and then try running it through Lander or Platinum Notes. The master bus compressor changes everything. It really does, man. It really does. But bro, way to go on getting your drums to swing, man. It's definitely a step in the right direction. I'm super proud of you for making that tweak and not quantizing them. All right, so now we got Chad. This song is a play on the word stars. It talks about how we dream of living these fancy lives like the superstar celebs on TV, but actually they would give anything just to be able to sit with true friends and have what we have and just watch the stars at night. Those beautiful moments you can't put money towards words. I think Drake would tell you trust me, at the top it isn't lonely, dog. Trust me, at the top it isn't lonely, dog. All right, let's check you out, Chad. I like the swing on those. She is definitely slightly off. I don't know if she's I think she's sharp. So she's slightly above the note. This desperately needed better pitch correction. This is like slightly out of her range.
Just sitting on the benches in the stands. See, I'll be damned if I live my life just sitting on the benches in the stands. We all cry, but still cheer along these menses as we dance to these guys. Clap our hands for these guys.
My man Bake Master said vocals are hot. I would agree with you, good sir. Vocals are definitely hot.
In a trance, hypnotized, but then we are defenseless. Uncle Sam, suit inside with the noose around our necks. Damn, it's a plan, suicide. People, please come to your senses. Guess
you sound dope on this, Chad. The cadences you're hitting, the flow, it's yeah, I like it.
Straight to hell I go, feeling like it's a dead sentence. I refuse to sell my soul. My freedom is too expensive, so I go back to the dark places in my mind. Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm stargazing, going back in time when we follow pathways of legendary MCs, not these fake wannabes hiding behind MICs. See these people that we look up to, they are the ones that really wanna be like me and you. Their only wish is that one day they'll be like you and I, and sit and slowly watch the stars up in the night sky. Side.
Yeah, bro, I like this. The only critique on this, I like your verse, is just the mix, bro. The mix was kind of an L on this. Her vocals, whoever mixed this for you should have really been way more delicate with either tuning her vocals or having her re-record this until she got it right, or finding another singer to get it right. I've been in those situations, and the best thing to do is to step away from the record, take a few weeks, reevaluate, come back to it, maybe add a different singer, maybe rewrite the hook. The hook was just so underwhelming. You did your thing on this. I like the vibe of the production and the groove. The artwork is cool. This just desperately needed like the right mix. You know what I'm saying? This desperately needed the right mix, bro. But all in all, way better than the first thing I heard from you. The first thing I heard from you was a pop rap track, and it was very like ABC 1 2 3 raps, and you really came with it on that. So I can't wait to hear you get better and better, bro. Salute to you, and hopefully you could hop in one of these Zoom calls. I know you're on a different time zone, but yeah, man. All right, off of an EP I dropped named Imaginations. The Eminency. I always mess up his name. This dude is fire from what I remember.
Dynamically built different. Your spirit penny pinch, infatuated with bad decisions. Horror car collision, fake wooden, profit off sinning. Exit bigger beginning, but you ain't satisfied. I see your guilty eyes. Got a block of lies, dirty by supplies. Open wide surprise. This a foreign drive. Pay your parking ride. Your soul need a sunrise. Lift them up, pin them up. Get your hands up, unload the dumb truck. I know you don't give a let them touch you up, heaven struck. We don't understand excuses, spitting down on duck. Kept it a buck in the bundle, head crumble, heart struggle, disgruntle your fumble, go back to your huddle. Setback for a plus sign, come back. Can you picture that? Revive cardiac, return your luggage back, remove the playback. I wish you were perfect, but I can't have it.
That's a nice little, what we call that, a reverse reverb? Pretty fire.
I want my cake too.
He says like a Pusha T. Yes, it's definitely got that Pusha vibe.
Eyes through the sun, I'm asking, can you ever keep it true, man?
I feel like his delivery and his tone is a bit more interesting than Pusha's to me. Pusha's dope when he's dope, and then he's also hella boring when he's boring. So I feel like this has a bit. He has a little bit more hurt and pain in his voice, in my opinion.
Man, I'm running laps over you. I wish you were perfect, but I can't have that. I want my cake too. Eyes through the sunroof. I'm asking, can you ever keep it true? Man, I'm running laps over you. I'm dealing with card shuffles. Temple packing duffel, guard like the tunnel. Give me glimpse of muscle. Thinking in the trouble, escape the panic thoughts. Planet stuck in traffic, breaking these old habits. Trouble want me sharing karma, but I'm praying for that savage. I'm still alive, so I can manage. Go against me, disadvantage, terrorize your planet. I'm a king by any means. Daisy flower, my toast, the floor granite. My juices left a troll, I'm pomegranate. This a real moment, click a photo cannon. Real love won't leave me stranded. God made me upper handed, demanded. One of a kind, blue moon organic, triple the vintage. I'ma win away, I'm about to take the lead. I'm still gonna proceed to give you what you need and flee.
He said Pusha plus Shine. I feel like Pusha plus Shine with like how cryptic Jay Electronica is in some of his music, because he sounds good, but you don't be knowing what he's talking about. Like, I don't really know what that was about, but it was dope, and I'm like, I'm all for it. Like, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? I am all for it. Yeah, man. I really want to hear you and Kunle do something, and I feel like I really got to get out to Houston now and just hang out with y'all dudes, man, because I got a couple different things I can get into when I go to Houston. I think we should just all connect and maybe even throw a show or something. Yeah, I got to figure that out. All right, we're going to keep it moving. We got the homie Truther. New song I'm working on, early mix, but I think it's pretty dope. Just general feedback on the song and any tips to make it better. And it looks like Conscious commented on it. If you make 50 songs this year, your career is going to jump way up. All right. Conscious out here listening to cats in the comment section. Let's check you out, Truther. Woo. Truther, you produced this too, bro?
Poetics, bring the drums in.
Oh, no, that's Poetics. Okay. That's fine. Still, you got a great ear for beats.
Let's go. Tell them you don't want no beef. I'ma go rap that piece. What you know about them streets? Run up and they play for keeps. Run up and
There's the same thing. You come in really good. Tonally is cool. This is the same thing with the vocal line. Like finding the vocal line to glue those vocals a little tighter.
they play for keeps. If you want that heat, run up and they play for keeps. What you know about them streets? What you know about the block? What you know about the hood? Young boys will be on the clock. Got guys, we living good. I bet you wish you could. Run up, man, I wish you would. But I ain't trying to block my blessings, so my pride up on the wood. Why y'all expecting the minimum? My verses I'm writing, I'm living them. Got brothers out struggling in the field, but y'all only want to see sending them.
Yo, you hitting them cadences clean. Here's something I would have done. One, I love the switch up on the second four. I would have, this Ray Rock taught me this on accident. Well, I don't know if it was on accident. We were working on a record that's going to come out. And I did kind of one of these like pretty straightforward cadences. And what he did was he like scooched it over a quarter of a note. And I then came in a very unpredictable manner. So when you do this kind of stuff, again, sometimes it's good to just like let a record breathe and then come in and like experiment with the timing of it. You might have laid it right on the count, but sometimes pulling it ahead of the count by a quarter note or behind the count by a quarter note or maybe even an eighth, I would say a quarter, can create a very interesting, unpredictable bounce. So my critique on the beginning of this is it sounds a tad bit predictable on the first four, but all in all, bro, this is the best I've heard you yet. So kudos to you because you're crushing.
Keep it 100, no synonyms. The word that you giving is killing them. You want them to believe in God, but you're not even helping or healing them. Man, they call this church talk, but it's time to show them how the church walk. If we leave them hanging, it's the church fault. Got blood on our hands when we get caught. Yeah,
like you see what I mean by predictable? Like it just feels like some stuff I've kind of heard from like a Tadashi already. It's not bad. It's just kind of like, okay, I've heard this already. Where I want you to dig deep and find some pockets and cadences that are your own. You know what I'm saying? Conscious said, I love how young your sound has grown, if that makes sense. Yeah, he's definitely grown a ton. You know what I'm saying?
We always making the news, done with your political views. See my homies living the blues, but you only trapping for views. Check it out. Tell me you don't want no beef, I'ma go rap that piece. What you know about them streets? Run up and they play for keeps. Run up and they play for keeps. If you want that heat, run up and they play for keeps. What you know about them streets? Why y'all be singing the same songs? Sound like y'all getting the game wrong. Big homies tell me remain strong, so they never be getting my name wrong. These brothers be wanting respect, they making each other a threat. I'm just trying to show them some love, but they thinking I'm hit for the check. I made moves with the wrong dudes, came up with the wrong.
Yo, Truth, you are so cool on this, bro. We don't talk about that enough. Like, cool factor, swag. Like, yo, you are super cool on this. You're super wavy on this, doggy.
When I knew some dudes that pulled a tool. If you step wrong, so don't act a fool. Made some moves.
This is, again, the vocal line, the dubs, getting them dubs super glued and tight so they're not slightly ahead or slightly behind. Every word should be tight.
That they can't approve, but with the love, man, I can't lose. I just step back before I fade away. Now it's time to beat the devil black and blue. See so many dudes on the road.
So you see I said blues, and one of the blues is slightly off, the end of it specifically.
Black and blue. See so many dudes on
blues. Like, he's behind it. You don't want to do that. You want your dubs super clean and tight.
the rise. I hope they survive the fall. That proudly to their demise. Seen so many families cry. I'm done with the capping, I'm done with the acting. My people are dying, and knowledge they lacking. I feel like the captain, the way I'm reacting. The people need change, so I'ma bring action. Tell them you don't want no beef. I'ma go rap that piece. What you know about them streets? Run up and they play for keeps. Run up and they play for keeps. If you want that heat, run up and they play for keeps. What you know about them streets? Tell them you don't want no beef. I'ma go rap that piece. What you know about them streets? Run up and they play for keeps. Run up and they play for keeps.
All right. I dig it. I dig it. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. All right, we're going to keep it moving. I got my man's Good News Nelson said he made a super chat last week and he didn't get the music heard. Let me see if I can pull it up from last week. I don't remember your super chat last week. Maybe it was a couple weeks ago. Let's see if we could pull it up. Revenue. Nope, there were no super chats last week, champ. Was it a couple weeks ago? Don't be capping. Don't be capping. Do not come on here and cap. When did you make your super chat? I need specifics. Good Nelson. Was it when me and Conscious was on here? I remember someone was not able to get their joint. Nah, there was no one with conscience. No, you didn't make a $25 donation. I'll tell you that. That was January 31st. We capping? I need dates, man. I need dates, man. You should just go sign up for the Patreon and really just cap. He capping. Is it too late to submit? It's not too late to submit. What date? Did you send me a DM? Let me see. Listening to your music. All right, I'm gonna go back to January 17th. Let's go to January 17th. January 17th. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was that guy. He did super chat. Okay, Kevlar, thank you for co-signing. All right. I feel like it should tell me who made the super chats. Anyway, it's all good. We'll figure it out. Come on, fam. No lies here. Sorry, everyone. Hey, made it on time. Thank you for making it on time, LP. All right, what's your song, Good News, Nelson? I got you. I got you covered. Were you the guy that fumbled through the link and didn't tell me the song and we had to wrap it up? Was that you? I remember. I think I remember you. There was someone who did that. It was funny. All right, I need, don't post the link because YouTube will flag it. Tell me the exact title of your song on YouTube, and I'm going to pull it up. Okay, the exact, I mean, like you cannot screw it up. So the exact title of it, so that when I go to search for it, it'll come up right away. Truth about six packs, guys. Can you guys tell what I'm into? 1 sec. It's on SoundCloud. All right, come on, champ. Come on. We'll search for it. All right, I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna get the homie Grant in here while you figure out that link. What the heck, Grant? What is happening? Here's a folder of new beats. Pick whichever beat you want. Okay. If you wanted to do two, I'm not doing two, champ. This is called Bye. All right, let's check you out. Okay, Grant. Grant coming with it. Let's see if there's a flip. So like my natural inclination is to come in with a cadence like this. I've been on a roll, I'ma keep it down. Keep it when it's sunny, unattended when it's dull. I've been on a roll, gotta keep it flow. You know. But sometimes if you go over a quarter of a bar, it'll sound more interesting. So instead of I be on a roll, it's let me see if I can catch it. Well, nah, see, it's tough to catch it. It's one of those you gotta just move over manually. So instead of I be on a roll, it's I be on a roll, keepin' with the soul. They don't wanna see me cause they're running with the dough. I be on the road. Sometimes scooching stuff over like that will give it an interesting vibe. Let me see. I want to pull up another one because that joint was kind of fire. All right, Good News, Nelson. We're not going to do this again, champ. If I search for good on SoundCloud right now, do you know how many titles are going to come up? You gotta help me out here, bro. You got to help me out. You killing me, Smalls. All right. That's a movie quote, by the way. These are by a producer named Grant. He goes by Produced by Israel. He's on SoundCloud. This is called Off-White. Alright, I'm going to show you what happens when I type in good. You got to be more creative with the way you name your daggone songs, my G. Alright, so you know what happens when I push in good? Good music comes up. Good News, Nelson. Good music comes up. And then a bunch of other people that aren't you come up. So let's see if I go to tracks, what comes up? More good music. You're killing me. I did punch it in that way. All caps. With the periods. Yes. Good. Y'all gotta study SEO, man. Search engine optimization. Title your songs in a unique manner so that when someone is trying to find your record, you don't just tell them to go to SoundCloud and search for good. When there's the biggest freaking collective in the world is freaking good news, good music, which is Kanye and Pusha T. All right, let's check you out, Good News, Nelson. We're gonna make this work. I'm not doing any more searches, bro. If I search this, I'm gonna search it one more time. If I search this again and you don't have it, I'm sorry, my G. Let's say Good News, Nelson. Nothing comes up for Good News, Nelson. People, Good News, Nelson. Nothing. Let's see. Separate the good and the news. Nope. Nelson, you do. Is that you? Nope, you do not come up, my G. Try posting the link. Let's see. SoundCloud. Let's do this. SoundCloud.com/ Good News Nelson. Let's check this out. Nope. Sorry, boss. Got to keep it moving, champ. I'm giving you about 5 minutes trying to figure it out. Maybe he was capping. Maybe he was capping. They roasted you. Oh, that's hilarious. All right. Bro, figure out the link, man. Send me the link. I don't know. G News Nelson. Come on, fam. Bro, you gotta have your ish together, man. What's going on? See, this is why we do stuff like make cats pay for it. Okay, there we go. Riverside, California. Here we go. Finally. Goodness. Yo, my G, you gotta figure out how to have this stuff way more efficient. And I'm gonna, yeah. All right, Kevlar said, for real, shoot email to me. I'll drop it in the Patreon, Nelson. All right. Let's check you out.
As I get old, I learn to love myself. Watching my kids grow is a feeling I never felt. They say health is wealth, I gotta agree. Some take it for granted, man, but life ain't free. Searching myself daily, transparency. People that drive you crazy, misled by the enemy. I want the whole world to be saved, it's the God in me. But that might never happen, too many ruled by jealousy. The Lord is my shepherd, the maker of heaven and earth. We must do better together and break the curse. Set a new foundation with honor and love. So easy to embrace, let go of your grudge. One mind, one heart, it's all under the blood. We deserve a brand new start, for real, but most won't acknowledge the fact that he's so real. So they fall through the cracks, my nigga, you know the drill. Another soul wasted, if I'm numb, how do I feel? The real me is a spirit, I must worship in truth. But it'll all fall apart if I don't lean on you. God, you're more than enough, all glory and praise is due. God is good, and the devil makes you hate, God is good, and the devil makes you hate. The real is the real, turning most people fake. The real is the real, turning most people fake. God is good, and the devil makes you hate, God is good, and the devil makes you hate. The real is the real, turning most people fake. The real is the real, turning most people fake. Most people rather walk in shame than come to the light. Addicted to guilt and pain, it's hard to receive this life. Freedom isn't change, they want money, power, and fame. The world loves its own, everybody's a critic. They gossip and sip tea.
All right, yo, thank you for submitting, Nelson. I'm glad we got to you, bro. Okay, so same light ad-libs here and there, like the hook will add to the dull parts of the bounce, but I think this is good. Yeah, okay, so my impression is I like your verse, I like your voice. I think it's super dope. I don't like the artwork. This picture looks mad pixelated. I don't know if you took that picture. I don't know what this is. What is that supposed to be? I really can't tell. What is happening here? Is that a woman covering her boobs? Yeah, not a fan of the artwork, if I'm honest with you. The picture looks mad pixelated. The beat is dope. You got a great ear for beats, so kudos to you for picking a super fire beat. Beat is dope, Nelson. Your voice is dope. The artwork is not. I think the flow sounds a bit dated, but in a potentially retro, it's coming back wave. You know what I mean? So I think you could maybe modernize it just a bit. I think the hook is cool. It could have been a bit stronger. I feel like it was very like straight to the point. Like this definitely felt like you had a sermon on your heart and you put it on a rap song instead of necessarily trying to make an interesting rap song that can speak to people. You know what I mean? And that's not a bad or good thing. I think the intent of your heart was there was something you wanted to share with people, and therefore this is what came out. You know what I mean? Not necessarily like, let me make a piece of art that can connect and impact somebody emotionally. It's not bad, bro. It's not bad. I just would work on being a bit more unpredictable with your raps, because I think you have such a good voice that if you were a bit unpredictable and were interesting with how you attacked the beat and the cadences and the flows, you would sound less dated, meaning that somebody's pointed out that it has like a Mac 10 vibe. I don't think they meant that as a compliment. You know what I'm saying? Mac 10's like a 90s rapper. Mac 10 Dub C, very like in the pocket. And so I think maybe you were going for that, but I think you could be a bit more intentional with how you attack the beat and just make it a bit more unpredictable. And I think it'd be substantially more interesting, but it's not bad at all, bro. Your voice is cool. The beat is great. The content is cool. It just needed a bit more extra. The mix was kind of sloppy, if I'm honest with you. It was pretty thrown together from just an execution standpoint, you know, based on this artwork, based on the mixing of it. It just sounded very like rushed. And it's this is another one of those records where like you could have done this record 10 years ago, 15 years ago, or 15 days ago. I couldn't tell you. It sounds like it could be from a decade ago based on like the mixing, the artwork, how thrown together it is. It's and kind of it being dated. It's very difficult to tell which era this came out of. And so I think that's just something you got to consider. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying you need to throw on auto-tune, you know what I'm saying, and do like the teeny bopper thing, but I think you just have to take inventory of that, you know what I'm saying, and figure out what are you trying to do, you know? So, Conch said, I think Nelson look into some more little bells and whistles from a mix standpoint. Yeah. Negative space is huge right now, guys. That's probably the biggest thing that a lot of people are doing is utilizing negative space, meaning pausing in interesting places. You know what I'm saying? I'm texting my buddy. I'm very flattered that this brother would hop on into the live stream today. His name is not Clyde, and this is one of them dudes that I like actually be listening to, surprisingly, and not surprisingly, but like I really be messing with his music because I think he's doing something that's new and interesting and progressive in a way. And yeah, I'm very, very pumped. This is a song. Yeah, less is more. So not Clyde, artist out of Canada. It's a song by him and Lil Christian. I think that's how you say it. Lil Christian. Lil Zine. Blasted, huh? And yo, I like legit have listened to this dude's music, like vibing around, driving through different parts of the country on long drives. Yeah, man. He's dope. All right, yeah, it's about time. We about to rob every artist and smuggle them into the Patreon. Yep, that's a fact, yo. Let's check you out, bro. So this is him with his homie Lil Christian.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back again. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah. Plucked at the top. I don't even got the plastic. Shoot the shot, feel fantastic. Gonna bet only got the elastic. Renegade. Wait, what? Okay, I rip the beat up, I eat it, I beat it up. God on my side, feel the fire, I live it up. Gucci religion. You love to see you rocking those feelers. Psych is the opposite. Wait. Hold up. What? Wait. Counterfeit credit, you cashing it hopelessly. Shooting your shot looking ugly to no belief. Counting my checks, shop looking blessed. Check after check. Got it for sale while you buy.
This is hard.
In retail. God is my boss, yeah, the devil's in detail. All of my friends, yeah, we stock, we don't resell. Reppin' the borough, anointed, he don't fail. Yeah, I be reppin' the borough, I live in God on my side, I below that I'm strapped in. Demon creepin', steady looking, they hide in. Blast, they spray it. I'm in the ghetto. Who told you to ride out to church, left your Bible at home? What? Who told you that not Klein never right, he just spit off the dome? Bible on me, yeah, blasted. Gig. God on my side, yeah, I'm always gonna win. If you feelin' the vibe in my life, we can link. Karasono. Okay. Blasted, little homie feeling bombastic. Hit the village and dodge and he feel exotic. Got a pen up and he feeling creative. Don't run in my house with your dirty T50s on. Look at my eyes, I'm my age and you take him off. Fuck at the clock, it's an ES. We didn't you hear? We shoot him like King DDD, who do you mean? I'm smashing. I got the steel is passion. Driven, determined desire. We hopping at that, son driving. Wait. DDD driven, determined desire. I said king, I said that's on the king of king. Son of man, hungry no cost for the damn, and you bet that that's passion. Yeah. He said, renegade, renegade.
Yo. All right, a couple things I want to break down about this. Distortion is still a bit. Okay, let's see. I don't know what to do, Conscience. I really am not sure how to fix it, if I'm honest with you. Let me turn the output gain down. Maybe just bring it to 0. Let's see if that does anything. All right, I'm gonna bring this back because I mess with it. There's some things I wanted to point out.
All done.
Okay. Yeah. Put it to the top. I don't even got the plastic. Shoot the shot.
Well, this is distorted on purpose, bro.
Feel fantastic. Gunner beds only got the elastic. Renegade, renegade. Wait, what? Okay, I rip the beat up, I eat it, I beat it up. God on my side, feel the fire, I live it up. Gucci religion. You love to see you rocking those feelers. Psych is the opposite. Wait. Hold up. What? Wait. Counterfeit credit, you cashing it hopelessly. Shooting your shot looking ugly to no belief. Counter my jacks.
Listen to how he's punching. Listen how he's punching, and listen to how unpredictable but in the pocket he is. This is when we talk about like modern rap. People hate on modern rap and be like, oh, they ain't really rap. These fools are rapping, dog. These fools are rapping. You know what I'm saying? And it's passionate and it's interesting and it's unpredictable, and the drops and the mutes and the punchlines. Like, there's a lot going on here that if you gloss over, you just be like, oh, it's the kids, they're doing a new wave thing. But really listen to what's happening here from a technical standpoint.
Gucci religion. You love to see you rocking those feelers. Psych is the opposite. Wait. Hold up. What? Wait. Counterfeit credit, you cashing it hopelessly. Shooting your shot looking ugly to no belief. Counting my checks, shop looking blessed. Check after check. Got it for sale while you buy it in retail. God is my boss, yeah, the devil's in detail. All of my friends, yeah, we stock, we don't resell. Reppin' the borough, anointed, he don't fail. Yeah, I be reppin' the borough, I live in God on my side, I below that I'm strapped in. Demon creeping, steady looking, they hide in. Blast, they spray it. I'm in the ghetto. Who told you to ride out to don't fail? Yeah, I be
This is not Clyde right here.
in the borough, I live in God on my side, I below that I'm strapped in. Demon creep.
Let's listen to the cadence. Right, and then that's his signature ad lib.
Steady looking, they hide in. Blast, they spray it. I'm in the ghetto. Who told you to ride out to church, left your Bible at home? Who's
Negative space. Who told you to ride out to church, leave your Bible at home? Right, like the way this is phrased is really cool.
blast, they spray it. I'm in the ghetto. Who told you to ride out to church, left your Bible at home? Who told you that not Klein never right? He just spit out the dome.
You see that? You see how the negative space is being used?
Below me, yeah, blasted. Gig. God on my side, yeah, I'm always gonna win. If you feeling the vibe in my life, we can link. Okay. Blasted, little homie feeling bombastic. Hit the village, he feel like that.
Then he really starts showing you he can rap. Then he's like, oh, I'm finna really rap. Listen.
Okay. Blasted, little homie feeling bombastic. Hit the village, he feel ecstatic. Got a pen up and he feeling creative. Don't run in my house with your dirty T50s on. Look at my eyes, I'm my agent, you take him. Fuck at the Glock, it's an ESV.
He said, like, hold on, I gotta bring that back.
House with your dirty T50s on. Look at my eyes, I'm my agent, you take him. Fuck at the
He said, look at my eyes, I'm Asian, you take him off.
Glock, it's an ESV. Didn't you hear? We shoot him like King DDD, who do you mean? I'm smashing. I got the steel is passion. Driven, determined desire. We hopping at that, son driving. Wait. DDD driven, determined desire. I said king, I said that's on the king of king. Son of man, hungry no cost for the damn, and you bet that that's passion. Yeah. He said, renegade.
Hey, man, don't be hating on the kids, y'all. Don't be hating on the kids. Don't be mad because they're cooler and younger than you. These kids be out here rapping. And the thing is, look, that's a minute 41. That song is short, but what did that force me to do? Think about what just happened. I listened to it. What did it force me to do? It forced me to run it back, right? Well, if this comes up in your Spotify, whether you like it or not, what's going to happen? You're probably going to run it back and be like, well, what did I just listen to, right? And then you're on the second impression, you're going to figure out if you liked it or not, right? That is important. Like, that is important because they just got double the streams, right? Because I haven't heard this before. They got double the streams, and so that's a perk, right? And so I think you have to factor in what is the objective. Like, the objective is replay value. The objective is you got to drive them streams up. The objective is to make a replayable music. That's how the Spotify's and the DSPs and the Apple Music, that's the biggest analytics, is like, did people skip the songs or not? I'm not skipping that record. I'm bringing it back, right? I'm bringing it back, and it's different. It's unpredictable. It's different. They're still rapping, but they're using negative space well. The timing of it is slightly ahead at times, but then they'll speed up and slow down, and there's a lot of ad libs. You can hear, like, they're painting pictures, but you can hear the sound effects. Like, this is very like Missy Elliott, Lil Wayne, bling bling, like animated type stuff. You know what I mean? And so I think there's a lot here that a lot of us can learn from. I'm not saying we all need to rap like this, but I'm saying there's stuff here that's really good, and it's really raw, and it's very energetic. Somebody said I had to warm up to the baby, for example. Yeah, that's one of those. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Sam, we got to get on a remix of something like this. Yeah, I think I should do something like this. I think this stuff's fire, yo. This is stuff that, like, this isn't what I listen to for, like, introspective content. Like, this is what I listen to for fun. You know what I'm saying? This is what I listen to for fun. You know. All right, we're going to keep it moving, yeah? You guys still with us? You still good? All right, we got Jerio. Ruslan, this is my first song I produced. This is my first song I produced with vocals on it. It's called I Am More, symbolizing my recent decision to walk unwaveringly in my relationship with the Lord. Amen, bro. I like it.
CPU overload, cause the fire's out of control. I'm straight to the mind, made me unclean. Can't be throwing punches in the air that I can't battle love unseen.
Initial impression is this definitely sounds like a very rough, thrown together demo. I don't know what's happening here, but I hope it, like, drops into something. And this is just an intro. Okay, the beginning just sounds like you just threw on a bunch of distortion on stuff, bro, and thought it'd be a vibe. It's not really a vibe. Like, distortion, there's an art to how you use distortion. That ain't it, bro.
Undisputed undercuts like a Michael J. White, to the way from the good. So again, I gotta try to get jail, just can't make the best.
Like, your vocal is mad quiet, is overly distorted. I can't make out anything you're saying. And it really sounds thrown together, like really bad thrown together. It sounds like you were unsure of yourself, so you just covered it up with a bunch of distortion and effects.
My mistakes, I'm so dead, my
That's dope. That's cool. Like, this a vibe. Little side chain. The side chain is way overdoing it on that bass line, bro. You can't side chain your kick to your bass that harshly. It just sounds bad. My man said this will go super hard in a faded club. Yo, if you was high, I've only smoked weed, but if you was high off something, this will be crazy.
42.5, thus said God the Lord, he that created the heavens and stretched them out, he that spread forth the people.
Yeah, this is too much, bro. This is too much. I'll keep honest with you. I don't know what happened. There was one really cool part, and it was this part. That's dope. Yeah, this dope right here. Right here. But then he started doing the sidechain thing, the bass disappears. What? Bro, sometimes less is more. Sometimes you just want to get. Okay, here's what happened here. I'm gonna break it down for you. You got really excited. And you was like, yo, I'm finna do something groundbreaking, right? And so you're like, yo, I'm swinging for the fences. Like, I'm knocking it out of the park. The issue is you've never made it on first base yet. It's no disrespect to you. So you're swinging out of the park, but you haven't actually got on first base, on second base, on third base, so on and so forth. So you're just going for it. And I appreciate the zeal and the ambition, but sometimes you got to slow down and first learn the basics. First learn how to gain stage and how to use compression and EQ on your vocals and what deductive EQ is. And then learn how to get your drums to knock. And then learn how and when the distortion is more of an effect, less of just a one-shot stop effect. You know what I'm saying? So I'll put it to you this way. Like, I'm training and one of my goals is to dunk, right? But before I ever dunk, like, I have to first build the strength to dunk. I have to build the jumping ability to dunk. I have to build the quickness to dunk. I have to be on the right plan. I got to learn to make baskets first. I got to learn to, you know what I'm saying? And there are those guys that can walk off, never played basketball a day in their life, walk off, and their first time stepping on a court, they could dunk it. Maybe they're 7 foot tall. Maybe they're just naturally athletic. Maybe they're elite in another sport. But for the most part, you're going to come off borderline disrespectful to the game if you've never made a layup before, never made a three-pointer, and your first attempt when you step on a court is to dunk on someone, right? This is kind of what happened here. Like, you just were swinging for the fences. You're trying to dunk. You're trying to do stuff that, like, the Neptunes could maybe have pulled that off. You know what I'm saying? Pharrell could maybe have pulled that off. But you're not Pharrell yet. Like, Pharrell has 20 years, 25 years. Timberland could have maybe pulled that off, and it would have worked. And he would have done it differently. So I think you got to know when to slow down and say, okay, well, let me just get on base. I want to hear you get on base. Like, I want to hear a good song. You know what I'm saying? And before you do a good song, you first got to write a good verse and a good hook and make a good beat, right? So I don't remember what your other stuff sounds like, if I'm honest, Cherio, but I think this was just like you were very ambitious and very excited, and you just went all out. And sometimes when you go all out, you don't actually get to where you're trying to get to. You're just all over the place. And so I think that is what happened here, is you just got too excited and you thought you were more lit than you are. And that's okay. You just got to slow down and say, okay, cool, how do I get better? Like, how do I get better? And I think it's just going to start with the basics, bro. Like, you're on beat, you got some cool melodies in there. Let's just get a good mix going. Let's just get a good mix going. Like, I literally cannot make out a single word you said in that song. I cannot understand a single thing. So what does that mean? It means you got to EQ your vocals. It means you got to compress your vocals. It means you got to add some effects to them. It means they got to be audible. I should be able to hear them, right? There's guys that do like the low mixing thing where their vocals are tucked, like Kunle kind of tucks his vocals. Super dope artist. And he does that, and it's a vibe, right? And we always kind of tell him, bro, like, you should push your vocals up. But this was like really tucked, and then it just sounded like, you know, the effects were just like overkill. So, bro, I think you have a ton of potential. I want to first see you just get on base, my G. I just want to see you get on base. You know what I'm saying? You might think you have the power to knock it out of the park, and maybe someday you will knock it out of the park. But in the meantime, let's just get you on first base. I want to see you bring something next week. Don't be discouraged. Bring something next week that just, this is solid. I like this. I did what I was supposed to. Did my job with this record. You know what I'm saying? And let's just start there. So, all right, we're going to keep moving. We got the homie Abel, submission for a challenge I joined. Any musical visual feedback is appreciated. Yo, Abel be coming with the visuals.
Yo, one day me and my boys were rolling a Van deep with the gospel, Toronto, watch how the van fleet. Good news, good shoes, they bringing them man peace. Yeah, I rap for real cause most of these men sleep. I'm just trying to wake them up, Holy Spirit shake them up. Attentive to the garbage that Satan leaves, so I break it up. You counting on the money you made, but you ain't make enough. This debt is too big to pay, that's why it was paid in blood. I'm covered in it, and it's all that I need. I'm good soil, planted in him, so he's all that I seed. With Father, Son, Holy Spirit, that's what I wanna be. Steph Curry, Ray Allen, I live in diabetic breed. Isn't it written and maybe the
Yo, this fool is dope, man. Goodness.
greatest sentence that while we were sinners, he made a way for repentance. Sometimes I will spit fire to let them know where they headed in hopes that they be embedded in truth and never forget it. Yeah.
Hey, but who is shooting your videos, bro? Let me go back.
Peace, yeah, I rap for real cause most of these men sleep. I'm just trying to wake them up, Holy Spirit shake them up. Attentive to the garbage that Satan leaves, so I break it up. You counting on the money you made, but you ain't make enough. This debt is too big to pay, that's why it was paid in blood. I'm covered in it, and it's all that I need. I'm good soil, planted in them.
Watch it.
So he's all that I seed with Father, Son, Holy Spirit, that's what I wanna be. Steph Curry, Ray Allen, I live in diabetic breed. Isn't it written and maybe the greatest sentence that while we were sinners, he made a way for repentance. Sometimes I will spit fire to let them know where they headed in hopes that they be.
So there's some, from a visual standpoint, you guys probably can't see it, but there's something weird happening with the shutter speed. Like I think the shutter might be a little too high. I don't know if you shot this on an iPhone, but it kind of has that like very high shutter. It doesn't look, some don't feel right. So something you could do is just make sure these are exported at 24 frames. It'll give it more of that cinematic look.
Embedded in truth and never forget it. Yeah.
And then also the lens you use. Try to get a lens with a low f-stop, like a 2.8, 1.8. It'll give you that nice blurry background where everything kind of feels in place. And so that's called bokeh. So like his face, you guys can't really, like his face and this is all in focus, right? Where in a good lens, you want his face to be in focus, but everything else to be blurry. And that's kind of how our natural eye sees. So I would experiment with different lenses, maybe renting lenses, and just trying to create something. Sometimes you can use LUTs to cover it up, but for the most part, that bokeh is what we want, right? So like my face is in focus, I'm on a 2.8 lens, but behind me, that stuff is blurry, right? So it looks more how your natural eye sees. You see that like my face and that outlier are both not in focus, and the further back we go, the further it's out of focus. That creates a connection point that feels more natural, right? So that's why I like that f-stop, and that stuff is super important. So I would just experiment with some different lenses and different settings on your camera, whoever's shooting that for you. That would be my only critique. Not the biggest fan of you over those types of beats, but I think they're cool. You know what I'm saying? All right. The Indian Joe. Hey, Ruslan, how are you doing? Sorry, I struggle to participate for most of your live streams since I live in Germany. That's the reason why I've been posting the Patreon post early, so that the folks overseas can still submit their music. How you doing? So I struggle anyways. Been working hard on making my sound a lot more interesting. Still searching for my sound, I guess. Hope you see some form of progress on this one. All right. Let's check you out, Indian Joe.
Back with my notepad and pen again. Straight out of Judah, the lion's den.
Okay. So that's not interesting. It starts off, you're right on a beat.
Back with my
I hear my na again. Straight out of Judah, the na, right? That's nothing about that grabs me. It's just very in the pocket, very safe. So like you could have said, I'm gonna come out again. Straight out of Judah, you said don't understand, right? You could have came in way more interesting than that.
Back with my notepad and pen again. Straight out of Judah, the lion's den. Back with my notepad and pen again. Straight out of Judah. Hey, hey.
This is not an interesting melody.
Back with my notepad and pen again. Straight out of Judah, the lion's den. Back with my notepad and pen again. artificial flow. Go on, burn that flow more. You got a lot more to go, raw. Cause the lion's on the throne. Don't undermine the work of your hands.
Okay, bro, it's ABC raps again. Like, let's bring it back. And I'm not trying to clown you. I'm just really trying to get this very specific for you.
More to go, raw. Burn that flow, artificial. Judah, yeah, bro. You a part of official flow.
Like, come on, man, bro. You a part of official flow. Like,
go on, burn that flow more. You got a lot more to go, bro.
And you're not very compelling in how you're saying this stuff. Maybe because the English is not your first language. I think English is your first language. So you're already not super compelling and believable. So then when you're saying stuff this simple, it just makes it almost like I really want to check out. And then when the beat switches, that's your opportunity to like give me some cadences, give me some flows, give me something.
Cause the lines on the
that little effect is cool. That little
throne,
reverb.
a lot more to go, raw. Cause the lines on the throne. Don't undermine the work of your hands. Where the stitch is skin, no stitch in the pant.
You know what I mean? Like, that's where you take this kind of record. Like, you don't stay in this like ABC one single syllable raps mode.
The flipping burgers don't undermine the work of your hands.
I don't mind the work of your hands.
Where the stitching skin, no stitch in the pant. Where the flipping burgers are fixing cars. Flipping dance moves are traveling to Mars. We all stars with our scars. A collection, a canopy of the broken. We all flawed and fall. A collection of light that won't shine unopened. Back with my notepad and pen again. Straight out of Judah.
Yeah, man. Bro, like basic rules of thumb. Okay. You sound like you're reading. Stop reading your raps. We talked about this last time. I don't know if you're still reading. It sounds like you're still reading. So 1, don't read your raps. Memorize your raps. 2, before you even go to write a single word, I want you to first scat out cadences. Throw on the headphones, close your eyes, move around, and just mumble out cadences. So for me, this would be
Lion's Den.
Yeah, I'm in the and I would literally scat out a whole cadence thing, right? And then I would go in and say, can't stand us, they ain't man us, keeping it moving, we hand us. I'm in the center, you know what I mean? And then I would fill in the blank. It becomes like a puzzle. And sometimes it's very difficult to fill in all the, because sometimes you're coming up with cadences that you can't. But this is like 2020 songwriting, like songwriting 101. You got to have the cadences and the melodies first and then fill in the blank and fill in the pieces. Unless you're just like a phenom and you're amazing. But this is a tactic that again, we talked about Tory Lanez last week. This is the tactic even guys like Tory Lanez are using. A lot of guys are first mumbling out their melodies, scatting out their cadences, and then filling them in. You know what I'm saying? And so I think I would really focus on that. And then once you fill it in, I wouldn't write them down. Maybe just try to just come up with phrasing and words. If you're gonna write them, then memorize them. You just don't have the charisma and the tone to do the slow flow, right? He said you really got to sell the slow flow. Jeezy do it best. So when you're young Jeezy, when you're a Rick Ross, like those guys are so compelling. Like listening to them is like watching a movie. You don't have that, so you got to do something more interesting. Or you got to go become that guy that's that confident and that secure in himself where he could do the slow flow and it just sounds so believable. You know what I'm saying? I think you're not there, so then it just becomes pretty hard to listen to because you don't sound believable. Your cadences aren't interesting. There's not interesting melodies. They're ABC single syllable raps, and it just becomes it just makes me tune out. You know what I'm saying? It makes me not want to listen to it. So next song you write. Before you write a single word, I want you to close your eyes and mumble out cadences. And then go through, do it a couple of times, and then go through and find out which cadences sound the best to you. Piece those together. And so you should have almost a whole verse of just cadences, mumbled cadences. And then go back through and write the raps. This is going to take you longer. This is going to require way more effort. You might spend 5 hours on one verse, but this is how you're going to get better. This is your only shot. because it's like doing this over and over. You're gonna keep spinning your wheels. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep it moving. No, I have not done you yet, bro. Sorry, Leland, I have not done you yet. All right, Dirty Red. Here's the Master of Casting Deep. I got from Conscience. It is set to be out February 19th. Okay, so Dirty Red is an artist. I think he's from. Where's he from? I believe he's from the East Coast. He has been a part of the community. He had a accident when he was a kid, and so he's in a wheelchair, and he's doing music. And so we've been trying to work on getting his enunciation cleaner, getting the mixes cleaner, and making him sound in a way where we could understand every single word. And he's been consistently putting out stuff for a while now, man. And I feel like there's something interesting about his voice that maybe packaged correctly, it's gonna be super dope. Believe it or not, Dirty is like 30 minutes from me. Oh, he's in Arizona. I'm bugging. Okay, dope. All right, so that's really cool, man. So I'm really excited because Conscience mixed this. Conscience is a very good mixer. Yeah, man, let's check him out. Yo, even though this is still not the most clear, this is substantially better than anything I've heard from you yet, Dirty Red. So this isn't like where I would feel comfortable with it personally, but it's still much better. And like I could actually make out more of what you're saying on this record, which is good. So Dirty, I think this is gonna be you're doing the best with what you have. I think you're gonna have to keep refining your recording process and have some tricks and tips to loosen up your vocal cords, to enunciate better. I think considering where you're at and where you've came from, bro, like this is progress, man. This is a step in the right direction. My man said Young Thug feel. Definitely got some Young Thug, Lil Wayne vibes in terms of the tonal quality. So I think it's interesting, but I think you got to keep going through the process of, one, saying your words cleaner and punching more. Two, probably getting closer to the mic. I hear a lot of hiss in that, which I'm assuming is just you didn't have the best mic and the best equipment. He's working with his recording equipment and practice his next songs even better than this. Dope. Conscious who mixed this record said his next song's even better. So yeah, this is just gonna require practice, man. It's gonna require practice, and it's gonna require your commitment to it. But you're doing the right things. You're bringing other people in the creative process. You are stretching yourself, and you're doing the best with what you have, bro. Literally, you're doing the best with what you have. So I'm proud of you in that regard. All right, Ruslan, can you do Fulfill Past Life? I don't know what that is. If you want to get your music heard, I'm going to post it. This is how you get your music heard. $25 super chat donation, or sign up for our $7 Patreon tier. All right. We got Conscience. This song is a parallel message about my trip to Maui and the beauty of it that reminded me of God's glory and goodness. It's the last song on my album Rim that drops 3/13/2020. All right, let's check you out, Conscious. I think I've heard this. I think he played this for me in person, actually.
Fog is surround me. Drip feel good, it ain't cloudy. Ring at the heaven, it ain't Audi. Swimming in the middle of nowhere, but he found me. I can feel it soon as I touch down. Yeah, shine inside, outside, I ain't even got a bust down. Got me feeling like a kid. On 17, used to take a bus route. I ain't ever care in the world. Wake up every morning like, what now? It's a table for 10, I only about 2. I want me my friends, come follow the truth.
No, Conscious is able to just like paint very cool pictures with his words, and it's just like a vibe at the same time. Table for 10, I'm only with 2. Like the stuff he's saying is really cool.
Harvest is big, the followers few.
Yeah.
The wage can be death, I'm talking to you.
Come on.
Faith like fog is surround me. Drip feel good, it ain't cloudy. Ring at the heaven, it ain't Audi. flexing. Yeah, I wanna see Hannah. I have come too far, I can't go home. On a lavender road I go. I feel the breeze, I'm in the Hyatt. Ooh, I do southbound. Upgraded room, I'm moving out now. Honeymoon was late, we blew the house down. With every penny, I do all it again. I wanna take it home. I took a trip up to Maui. Trip feel good, it ain't cloudy. Ring, ring at the heaven, it ain't Audi. Swimming in the middle of nowhere, but he found me.
Make sure y'all go cop that Conscious album when it comes out, man. That joint is... If you play that for me in person, we was like in the middle of getting ready to set up, so like it didn't really hit me the same as like hearing it when all I was doing was listening to it. That joint is fire, bro. I love it. I freaking love it. All right, we're going to keep it moving. We got The Collective Society. The inspiration behind this song comes from many trials, breakups, hardships, and my faith. I hope it speaks to you. All right, let's check you out, bro.
To the heavens when they hear the thunder sound. Raindrops from our eyes, and I will drown in sorrow while I'm sleeping.
All right, so initial impressions is I'm not a fan of how this dropped. It came in kind of anticlimactic. There's no real knock or punch in the drums. Everything sounds just kind of loud. The vocals are a bit hot, but not in a cool way.
Underground, king of tulips wearing a corroded crown. I'm loading up the final round.
Like this sounds like super dusty underground rap from like 10, 15 years ago. Like guys that like I came up on like Red Cloud and Man of War and just like really like artsy deep stuff.
Birds will fly to the heavens when they hear the thunder sound. Raindrops from our eyes, and I will drown in sorrow while I'm sleeping underground. King of tulips wearing a corroded crown. Searching for a motive, my thoughts are coded, stoic with emotions, never showing, never knowing where I'm going. Misery always accompanies, affecting me with subtleties. Promises of loving me, but taking all it was.
Like the way that how loud and robotic that hi-hat is, just takes out all the soul from those keys. Sometimes you could have something really good going for you, like some really nice keys, and then you just have this hat that just sounds super stiff. And it just like kind of takes away from how beautiful that sounds. You know what I'm saying? So like this is a track
for me, tainted memories of tragedies.
Like this is a track I would have not had that hi-hat in. I would have had some type of live hi-hat drum break type of vibe, and that 808 would have went way down, and I would have had a nice punchy kick to it.
Surrounding me, I'm soon to be in ruins, constantly pursuing what is brewing. Let me take my last breath as I welcome this death. The deceased into peace, desist my existence as I shed from the skin. Corrupted with sin, will I be screaming at the heavens gate? Forgot to let me in. I won't lie, there are days when I don't even try, cause the truth is I'm tired of living with this lie. If I die, maybe that'll be.
Yeah, man. So listen, we talk a lot about in society and music. There's a lot of stuff that like goes into like what is so-and-so has the it factor, so-and-so has the it factor, and the it factor, I think there's a thing, like I think there's just certain people that just have it in a way, but I really think, in my opinion, the it factor is actually the culmination of multiple details that have been taken care of, whether intentionally because someone wasn't attentive or naturally because someone's just that good. And I think that's what, a major label does compared to like the average indie artist. A major label is going to have the resources to make sure that every single instrument is properly tuned, every single thing sits right, every single picture on the Instagram, every single music video, every frame in the music video, everything is done and someone paid attention to it, right? Now, that's not to say that you can't do that on an independent level. You can. Chance's came very close. Macklemore's came very close. A lot of attention to detail, but it was as they got more and more resources, it got better. And then at some point, even those guys hit a ceiling, right? Chance's music has always been kind of mixed poorly, right? I'm pretty sure if he was on a major label, they would have created buffer and margin for him, and would have had the right engineers with him to clean that stuff up. I think Macklemore eventually just became kind of someone that sounded like he was pandering to people, right? And I think then it got cheesy when he just kind of became the too positive guy, right? And I think, but the it factor, I think, is really attention to detail. And so if there's certain details that you're not comfortable with, you have to be comfortable with outsourcing those or paying for those or learning those details, i.e., finding better producers to make your beats swing and not have repetitive robotic hi-hats to kill the whole vibe. Having better guys that hold the cameras, having nicer cameras, having better photos, having better angles for the photos, having better color grades for the photos, having better sounds on your kick drums, right? There's so many things that go into it. And if you're not living in that world like I am, and I don't think I have it all figured out, but I think I've been in this world long enough, 5 years, just focused on music, where I can have a dope live stream and it looks good aesthetically. And when people walk in and see my setup, they're like, wow, this is really cool. But it's not super complicated because I've just learned how to add a LUT and finesse OBS and finesse lighting and finesse all these different things, right? Because I've paid attention to what makes something good versus amateur, right? And so a record like this, it's not bad. It's just amateur. Like, it's amateur hour. It's clear that this is not something that you do professionally yet, from the artwork, from the mixing, from the font type you use. Like, you're using Impact font. I know that because when I first started rapping, I threw Impact font on everything. You see what I'm saying? And so I think you have to pay attention to the details or hire people to pay attention to the details for you. I've had to learn as much as I can, and I think I'm better for it. And there's still things I'm not the most comfortable with. I'm not the super like waviest rapper. I don't use auto-tune and, you know what I mean, sound all floaty and wavy on my stuff. Not the most lyrical miracle, but I feel like my music has evolved to a place of quality. There's enough attention to detail that it's taken seriously at a professional level. And that's what I'm here to try and add value to you guys in doing, is like, pay attention to the details. You know what I'm saying? My man Prophet said exactly. I've taken a lot of the stuff you use and using it on my own way. Yes, that's awesome, bro. And that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. Is like, the more attention to detail there is, the better something is. And the younger you are and the more in tune with technology you are, the easier it will be, because this will become normal to you, right? So a guy like Prophet, it may be normal for him to have always made his own beats and always mix his own records, because that's just the world he comes from, right? Because look at a guy like Russ, right? Russ has always made his own beats, and he's always made his own mixing and mastering, and he writes all his own music. He's a younger dude who just comes from that world. And I'm not saying Russ is the greatest rapper in the world, but it's professional enough, and there's enough attention to detail that one guy could wear multiple hats, right? And so pay attention to the details, man. Pay attention to the details. A lot of us are in a hurry to try and build a team and do this and do that. And it's like, yo, like, first of all, you got to have something to give people if you want them to be on your team. You got to pay them something or trade them something, and they have to have something to help you with, right? So if you're just getting started, learn as much as you can. Learn as much as you can. Learn how to record yourself. Learn how to mix yourself. Learn how to produce yourself. Learn how to shoot your own videos. Learn how to edit. Learn, because that way, when TikTok comes around and there's a new platform, you're not freaking out and intimidated by it, and afraid to learn something new, you are actually willing to jump in, dive in. It doesn't matter your age. For someone like Prophet, who's younger, 17, 18, it took him a couple days, and he was on it, uploading 7 times a week, and he grew to 12, 13,000 followers in 2 weeks. For someone like me, I was a bit more intimidated. I'm a bit older than him, and it took me some time to finally get into it. I'm still learning, and I'm still trying and testing stuff, but I'm not afraid to jump in and pay attention to the details. What videos are going viral? What are the trends? What's happening, right? And so it's all about being in a place where you're willing to learn and not limit yourself. So many of you guys are so limited in your thinking, and you're so afraid to hop on a new platform or try something new or pick up a camera or pick up, you know what I mean? Like, stop being scared, man, and try something new, because in that you will pay attention more to the details. The more attention to the details you have, the better your overall product is going to be, and the more professional it's going to be. That was good. That was free. That was free. All right, Alcott. This is a track I'm featured on by the homie Deleted Ego. Interesting name. It hasn't dropped yet. I am the third verse, around 2:15, but you should at least listen to his first verse, because the dude is crazy good. All right, I'll listen to the first verse, and I'm going to fast forward to you at, what time you say, 2:15? All right, I'm going to actually go get some tea while I play the first verse.
I'm not living like I'm dead, but I don't really feel alive. I don't have a lot of bread, but I am cooking all the time to keep my sanity. I am not my best, but I am managing. I put my soul into my music, are they understanding me? I put my heart in every line and they don't understand the thing. Is anybody listening? Is anybody feeling what I'm feeling? Cause I feel like I'm the only one that's hearing me. Only blame myself cause I'm the one that put the fear in me. My mind is in control like it was communistic tyranny. Don't you cry a tear for me, I don't need your sympathy. There is only one way out of this, and it's a simple thing. Practice what you preach, don't pedal backwards in defeat. Take action when you're acting like you're lacking, so to speak. Start acting like the captain of the ship you're sailing. Please light a match, ignite your passion. You are passionate, I see. Fight the demons that are fiending to attach and let them free. I gotta keep it pushing, let the music.
All right, shout out to your homie Deleted Ego, bro. So that's somebody that he was monotone, but because he was so good, it was okay. He kind of broke one of my rules, but because he had such a fire flow and such a dope voice, it works, right? And there's guys like Black Thought and different guys that could be monotone and not do a whole bunch of tonal gymnastics, you know what I'm saying? But like my man Prophet said, he got the drip. He sounds comfortable. He sounds loose, and he could kind of do something that like the average dude reading from their phone is gonna sound terrible doing. You see what I'm saying?
Get my soul, got to keep it pushing, know exactly where I'll go. I got to keep it pushing, I've been trying to beat the glow. Got to keep it pushing, I'll be fine on my own. I got to keep it pushing, let the music get my soul. Got to keep it pushing, know exactly where I'll go. I got to keep it pushing, I've been trying to beat the glow. Got to keep it pushing, I'll be fine on my own. There is so much more to life than what I'm living right now. I'm not always right, but I am right now. I set the mic right down and I record these sounds. I'm taking flight when I write this. I'm digging at my frozen mind. This pencil is my ice pick. Feeling like a frozen top frostbitten when I bite this. Been looking for the goal, but I forget that I am Midas. I am Midas when I touch it. Give a fuck about the climate. I am climbing to the summit. There is no.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. All right, I'm gonna fast forward to my man Alcott's verse.
Gotta keep it pushing, I'll be fine on my.
The mix, the hook could have definitely been mixed better. I'm not really listening for like necessarily the mix on this. This is a feature Sam did.
I gotta keep it pushing cause no one could do it for me. And I gotta keep on praying cause these demons won't ignore me. When I get low, I often tend.
I love he almost came in on some like jazz cadences stuff. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep it pushing, know me. Let me bring that back. That was fire.
Gotta keep it pushing, I'll be fine on my own.
I gotta keep it pushing cause no one could do it for me. And I gotta keep on praying cause these demons won't ignore me. When I get low, I often tend to dig a little deeper. So I tiptoe around the trenches, cautious in demeanor, One foot in front, the other homie, 1-2 step.
And then boom, he switched up his tone, right? That was dope.
Tend to dig a little deeper, so I tiptoe around the trenches, cautious in demeanor, yeah. One foot in front, the other, homie, 1-2 step. I take my focus from you folks to what I'm gonna do next. But I got issues with them issuing me undue threats. Now my epistles like some pistols, let my tongue shoot blessed. They hard for thinking I would stay down. I picked up from the pavement, started skipping over snakes to hopscotch out the devil's playground. I don't play round, so I suggest a recess from all the games you lanes perpetuate. I'm heavy competition, rappers look like featherweights. I tell it straight, you crooked characters is hella fake. The first to say my verse is second rate, but then I heard you biting my lyrics, so why would you lie to me? Stick to the facts. Confidence missing, I'm taking it back. Now I'm committed, I'm making a pact that I got to keep it.
Yo, Sam, goodness, bro, you bodying these joints, doggy. Great job, man. I mean, you guys don't understand. Y'all don't understand how much warmth comes into my heart. How good I feel. How excited I am for the future when I hear young, good, white rappers. White rappers that also love Jesus, that aren't rapping with a rap voice and trying to put on an accent. I get so excited about where this whole thing is going because he's fire and he's good and he's wavy and he sounds like it sounds so effortless. It sounds so effortless. It sounds so fun. It sounds so easy for Sam. And goodness, man, the future is in good hands. I'm so happy right now. Like I really feel good inside having heard that. Because once upon a time, I mean, not even once upon a time, there's still a bunch of white guys out here with grills in their mouth and wearing do-rags and just kind of making a buffoon of themselves. Think that because they grew up in some kind of neighborhood that like they can kind of do whatever they want, you know what I'm saying? Using the N-word, just trying way too hard, you know what I'm saying? And so it's so cool when I hear a guy like Sam, when I hear a guy like Nick D, when I hear these dudes that are amazing and they're cool and they're wavy and they have their tone sounds good and they're not trying too hard, you know what I'm saying? That's awesome. They're on my campus. Yeah, I mean, you guys know who I'm talking about. You guys know who I'm talking about. Like the guys that are just trying way too hard, or the guys that like, you know what I'm saying, are just like so indoctrinated into hip hop, the religion of hip hop, and they're trying to be cool and they're trying to pop Zans and they're like, you know, they're just trying too hard. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, like you can be white, be yourself, and still be cool. You know what I'm saying? And it's a tough line. It's a tough line to walk, but goodness, when it's done right, it's really cool. So shout out to you, Sam, the Great White Hope. I'm just kidding. We're gonna check this dude out, Leandre, Sir Will or SR Will. Demo idea, struggling with the mix for love input. Let's check you out, bro.
An opportunity I waste. If it ain't for the king, won't chase it. Nor the game, nor the fame won't change me. So the boys out here say I'm wasted. I could be out here making G's in the corner of Glen and Chancey. Said I'm taking steps for the kingdom like Dave Ramsey. Was fancy the water until I was left stranded. Building on foundations that suck me quick as Atlantis. One-handed, he pulled me out and left me with the drip. So much sauce that I had to bring the chips. So my news and bury you like Baton Rouge. I'm on the move, I got the juice, it's time to do me. Out here chasing functions but neglecting your needs. Only girl I aim for, I caught with one knee.
All right, bro. This is like, what do you say? I sent the wrong song. It's all good. There's only one verse to that. Okay, that's fine. This is like, interesting and cool. However, I just wish you were a bit more charismatic and confident on it. Like I really feel like if like the baby rapped these same exact lyrics, it would be so cool. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like there's a thing inside of you that you're hesitating to really go into the bag. You know what I'm saying? To really like really be fully transparent and confident in your charisma. But there's potential here. There's something here. Let's keep listening.
Say you got the chronic, make your ears float, but they ain't what I'm here for. I see an opportunity I waste. If it ain't for the king, won't chase. Nor the game, nor the fame won't change me. So the boys out here say I'm wasted. I see an opportunity I waste. Did Ramsey was fancy the water until I was left stranded, building on foundations that suck me quick as it lands.
All right, so this is a good record, and this is what I would say. I did a poll, right? I did a poll on my TikTok, actually. If you're not following me on TikTok, you should be following me. My man Conscious said this sounds like UGK, Bum B, but less confident. This is the thing, right? Like, this needs confidence. That's what, if we could pinpoint it to anything, it says confidence, charisma, grit, like a bravado, right? So much of hip hop is bravado based, right? My man, where's Lou asked me what I'm drinking. I'm drinking yerba mate, day 3, no sugar. I have my sugar way down to like 20, 30 grams, but this is like day 3, no sugar. I am using monk fruit, and I'm brewing it myself. You'd be proud of me, where's Lugo? 10% body fat. I'm very close. I'm going to hit it. Anyway, listen. This needs confidence. I did a survey on TikTok. I said, where do you get your confidence from? The idea of confidence is very fascinating to me because some people get it from their parents. They're affirmed. Their parents told them they're great. They told them they're a champion. And they have something inside of them that there's a confidence there, right? Other people got bullied and had to and developed a chip on their shoulder and became confident because of that, right? I feel like my job as a parent with my son is to instill the value that he has as my child while giving him opportunities to develop himself and to acquire the skills he admires and the things that he admires in this life to be more confident. So, as I think about where confidence comes from, I think it can come from your worldview in terms of the one that your parents instilled in you or the one that your faith view has given you. If you believe that Jesus died and rose for you, if you believe that Jesus loves you, Jesus cares for you, right? All those things. I think that stuff is super duper important. So I think it should be grounded in that. But I really think what happens is as you get good at certain things, as you become more proficient at something, you then become more confident at it, right? Or there's like an insecure confidence where you're really insecure, but you're trying to put off bravado. And sometimes people fake it till they make it, and that works as well, right? But I would say in hip-hop, historically in hip-hop, a lot of the confidence used to come from guys coming from dire circumstances. They were poor, they were broke, really bad situations. And then they figured out a way out by selling drugs, and they were confident because they made a lot of money selling drugs or pimping or whatever, right? And that used to be the thing in hip-hop. I think what's happened in hip-hop is it's evolved, and now the dealers become the dope fiend. And what's happening is in hip-hop now, the kids are confident because they've just mastered their craft. They've spent time in the studio locking in, creating music over and over and over and over and getting really good at it, and eventually grew and became more confident because they actually know how to record themselves and produce themselves and mix themselves, right? But at the end of the day, your confidence has to come from somewhere outside of you, because if you are you, then you're probably right. Like you probably aren't as good as you think. You probably aren't as handsome as you think, as good looking as you think. You're probably right. Like you probably shouldn't be super duper confident unless there's a God or a worldview declaring you righteous and declaring you an error and declaring you a saint, and or you've done something to be confident in something, right? So if you're not confident, you got to go do something to become more confident, right? What is that? Well, again, for me personally, we talk about it on channel a lot. I decided to go and get shredded. I decided to, whereas Lugo asking me what I'm drinking, I decided to cut out sugar and cut out processed food and cut out fried foods and cut out everything, right? So I am more confident. I can't even explain it. I just know when I walk into rooms now, people acknowledge me. They make eye contact. They want to come. They gravitate towards me. I'm like, this is weird because I've been delusionally confident. Where I was the kid that got bullied and I was insecure and therefore I had a chip on my shoulder. But it wasn't true confidence. It wasn't security. It wasn't identity. Now I've actually done some stuff. I've learned how to make money. I've helped a lot of people. I've gotten fit. I've been married for a while. I'm a father. I'm confident. I'm secure. And something about that changes and people gravitate towards it. And it transcends and seeps out of your music and seeps out of your Instagram posts and seeps out of everything that is coming out of you. So the moral of the story is, guys, where do you get your confidence from? Where's your confidence from? Because according to my TikTok poll, 77% said that they get their confidence from accomplishments. They get their confidence from accomplishments. What are you accomplishing? What are you winning at? What W's are you stacking every day to make you confident, to make you secure in yourself? Because if you're just getting out of bed, rolling out of bed, brushing your teeth, going to your job or going to school, what do you have to be confident in? But if you're getting out of bed and you're spending the first couple hours programming yourself, exercising, reading the word, meditating, doing affirmations, listening to music, getting some small wins in your business, guess what? You're going to grow more and more confident. The more confident you are, more people are going to gravitate towards you. The more people gravitate towards you, the more opportunities you're going to get. I mean, so much of life is just is very simple to me. It's very simple to me. It's hard. It's hard work. It's hard work for me when 2017, when I was up every night until 3 or 4 a.m., going and getting donuts and just completely making a train wreck of my life. And my wife and my son and everybody so grateful that they stood by me. But I was in a depression. I was in a rut. I had lost some big issues, relationships, right? And so I had to become more confident. I had to find something. You know what I'm saying? Dental hygiene gives me confidence. Amen. Amen. Hey, ain't nothing wrong. Now, if you got crooked teeth, you know what I'm saying? There's a process to that where you can get those dental care club. It's like 2 bands, $100 a month. You get your teeth cleaned up. I know, J. Cole said, "Crooked smile. I like my crooked teeth." Hey, man. Sometimes you got to walk through the process, get them teeth cleaned up, you know what I'm saying? And a year later, 18 months later, you got a brand new smile you can be confident in. I don't know. I was thinking about doing it. My freaking the center of my teeth are misaligned. And so I was thinking about doing it just to shift over my jawline so that my face is more symmetrical. I don't know. I mean, why not? Like, why not? You know what I'm saying? I thought about it. So anyway, I say all that to say, guys, develop yourselves, invest in yourselves, chisel yourself into the type of person you want to be in. It's actually one of the better investments for your music career. All right, let's keep it moving. God bless Ruslan. I appreciate that you take time to do this. I dropped this song. I want to know what you think. All right, let's check you out. Alan JB.
Yeah. It's been way too long since you jumped up on me. Won't stay too long, came to check up on you. I won't say too much, came to tell you all the pride you got won't help you. She poison, she got issues, couple things, yeah, she won't tell you.
This starts as a really good vibe. I'm hoping there's a switch though or a drop or something, but initially I like it.
All the times, yeah, I've told you, your pride will never help you. She'll bring you down to the ground. And then you'll know that I'm the king.
This is a wave. I like how he comes in to Sam Alcott. I think that kick is knocking. I feel like this could have been glued together a little better in the master compressor.
Hey, yes, I'm the Lord. I'm everything you
There we go.
needed. Yeah, and I was there when you needed me. Yeah, tell me who gon' know my secret. Yeah, it's them that fear me. Turn from your ways. Come walk this way. It's me that's calling you. I want your pride. Give me your life. It can never be the same. Yeah, you will bear my name. Yeah, pillar you will be. Yeah,
would turn the vocal up here and the hook, automate the vocal, make it a little louder, and cut the turn the 808 maybe down a hair because it's starting to overpower you. This is master bus compressing finesse.
Yeah, won't you give it up now? Yeah, won't you give it up now? Yeah, it's time to give it up now.
This is hard.
It's time to lift me up now. Lift me up. Make a decision. Are you with me? I'm not against you. I want you to see with pride in your life. We can't get along.
Yo, this is dope.
I'm on the throne. I'm on my phone. You say that you love me, but really you don't. You talk with your mouth. You got it all wrong. Do what you hear and do what you say. Walk in my fears and walk in my way. See pride, she a pretty girl. She'll lie, she'll say, hey, she a girl. Realize, she a tricky girl. Realize, better feed a girl. You better run away. Cause son, oh son, she'll take my place. And no son, you will be a base. And you'll think back, cause other times when I told you, I told she'll bring it down to the ground. Yeah, and then you'll know that I'm the king. Turn from your ways, come walk this way. It's me that's calling you. I want your pride. Give me your life, and you'll never be the same. Yeah, you will bear my name. Yeah, a pillar you will be. Yeah, an image of me. Yeah, won't you give it up now? Yeah, won't you give it up now? Yeah, it's time to give it up now.
Yo, this is dope. This is really just needs a good mix. This just needs a perfect mix, bro. I wish you could have got this mix better, Alan. Make sure you hit me on Instagram too, bro. I definitely want to hear more music from you, bro. But yeah, I wish this was mixed better, man. Maybe reach out to Conscious or someone like that. That sample clean. Yeah, man. J. Cole vibes. I don't know if he produced this. Very cool. I like it. I mess with it heavy. I think it's super dope. All right, let's keep it moving. We got the homie Prophet. Hey, bro, this is a song I submitted a while ago, but I wasn't happy on how it was structured, and I spent like a couple hours correcting notes. I'm going to use this song to experiment on music marketing on TikTok. Let's go. Let's go. See, he took some advice. He played it here. He took some advice, and he went back to the record. He sat with the record, went back to the record, tweaked it, and he's resubmitting the record with a strategy on how to get attention for the record. This I couldn't have asked for more, Prophet.
Yeah, yeah, you know, yeah, hey. I'm too cold to feel, and I'm too cold to feel. I'm too cold to feel, I'm way too cold to feel. I'm too cold to feel, and I'm too cold to feel. I'm too cold to feel, I'm way too cold to feel. Look, I'm on my kingish, take your song and remix. Giving it some reason, cause your stuff don't have no meaning. Giving rap a new meaning, my brothers committing treason. Stuck up on that lean and they vomit, yeah, they sinking. I hate when you write a verse, onto us you put a curse, and our people really hurt. You make it seem cool to really wear a purse, but that's not how it really works. God in the black image, I be trying to pervert. But gotta stay on go. Whoa. He the one in control. Whoa. He know my soul. Yeah, we on the road. But God, I stay on go. Whoa. He the one in control. Whoa. He know my soul. Yeah, we on the road. I'm too cold to fail. I can never go to hell. Negative vibes I repel. Making moves and I excel. Hell is like a jail where you can't even pay the bill. I deliver all these bars to the people like the milk. I'm too cold to feel, and I'm too cold to feel. I'm too cold to feel, I'm way too cold to feel. I'm too cold to feel, and I'm too cold to feel. I'm too cold to feel, and I'm too cold to feel. I'm too cold to feel, and I'm too cold to feel. I'm too cold to feel, I'm way too cold to feel. I'm too cold to feel, and I'm too cold to feel. I'm too cold to feel, I'm way too cold to feel. I'm a rare commodity, I hate the economy. I'm tired of people getting in my way thinking that they stopping me. But honestly, I'm way too cold, yeah, I'm bold, you cannot control. Pray for overflow, for God I go beast mode. Yeah, we be learning these lessons. Whoa. We don't need antidepressants. Whoa. So much be going on all in our life, and I swear to God that we be stressing. Yeah.
That's a dope cadence flip. I don't remember that being on the original version.
Counting these blessings. Whoa. Then winning, yeah, we can't let it. Whoa. Yeah, we got God on our side, we shoot our shot, they cannot contest it.
When I look up in your eyes, I really see a purpose. We gon' really make it if we keep on working. We gon' make it, that's for certain, yeah, Lord, that's for certain. We gon' make it, that's for certain, yeah, Lord, that's for certain. I'm too cold to feel, I can never go to hell. Negative vibes, I repel, making moves and I excel. Hell is like a jail where you can't even pay the bill. I deliver all these bars to the people like the milk. I'm too cold to feel and I'm too cold.
Yo, Prophet, this is super dope. I'm trying to figure out what DAW you're using. I think my critique on this would just be the hook sounds like auto-tune pitch correction, which is a weird juxtaposition with how groovy and like soulful that beat is. I would have used more natural like pitch bend correction that didn't didn't create that like auto-tune effect, but just tuned it and got your notes. Yeah, okay, so you're using Logic. Okay, dope. So I would say, did you pitch correct that with the tune? What is that thing called? I'm gonna look it up. I forgot. The pitch correction in Logic is called bend something, tune bend. Not the auto tune, but the other one, right? Flex pitch. Okay, you did use. Okay, is there a way you can like just make those notes sound a bit more natural? I don't know flex pitch. Like I know in Reason, you can pull out the vibrato on flex pitch too much, and it starts to make that auto tune vibe. So I would say if you're gonna use flex pitch, just don't overdo it. You know what I'm saying? And let it sound more natural. And then those high that harmony part, again, make sure that's nice and tight with your vocals. So when you're looking at both waveforms, they should be perfectly aligned. And don't be afraid to then maybe try an octave higher with the daggone flex pitch. Like take it and try to octave higher. Instead of you singing that high, maybe you sing it in a lower register and try it an octave higher to create more of that vibe. I do a lot of pitch and flipping samples and tweaking stuff in Reason, and this Reason is similar to Logic where you can really get a cool vibe and like fake make your own harmonies. Like you sing it in a register you're comfortable in, go in and use the flex pitch to push it up an octave. You know what I'm saying? But I would say that's really my only critique, man. I think it's a cool vibe, and I think this is going to be more about you just testing this process out and seeing. Like I love the little rap videos you do on TikTok where you just play a beat and you're in the studio just rapping. Like I think those are dope. I'm not sure how well those are doing analytically for you, but I think test it. Like see if people rock with this record. You know what I'm saying? Like I think there's a ton of potential there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know your audience too well on TikTok, but they might really vibe with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of on like a Montel Fish vibe. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's keep it moving. Hey, what's up? Just dropped this today. I thought it was more convenient to drop it today since it's Valentine's Day. And the song is more like a love song. Phil, just wanted to see what you think. Give us some input. All right, let's check you out.
Kel got the sauce.
Take a look at your heart. I had loved you from the whole start. We had gone far. I don't want us to drift apart.
Okay, so vocals are a little hot. Auto-tune sounds cool. The timing of this is a little weird. It's a little. The way this comes in is a bit awkward.
Baby, you had always been on my mind.
So this is again like attention to detail. This comes in mad early, on the timing of it. So it's a little early, and it feels. Yeah, it just feels early and unconfident at times.
You had always seemed to ride by my side, and I can't let you go. And I can't let you go. Baby, tell me what you see in me. I just wanna create family. We could travel around, you and me. I want you for myself, only me. Baby, you would love me. I just wanna cut it, ayy. Baby, you was something. I ain't tryna fussy, ayy. Baby, why you push it? I ain't tryna argue, ayy. I just tryna love you when I can, yeah, yeah. Take a look at your heart. I had loved you from the whole start. We had gone far. I don't want us to drift apart. Baby, you had always been on my mind. You had always seemed to ride by my side. And I can't let you go. And I can't let you go.
Yo, this is cool. Again, this is one of those, like, pay attention to the details, get the beats, get the daggone drums. Not the drums, the vocals. The vocals should feel more groovier and looser and not early on the beat. And I think I would explore with the pitch, with the humming melodies out before you go to Lamb, because the melodies on here are kind of boring and weak. So I think you could spend a little bit more time in the prep session before you go to write to get some interesting melodies and ideas before you actually write anything down, and then fill in the blanks. So go back earlier in the stream if you missed what I talked about in terms of humming out melodies, then going in and adding words. With the auto-tune in your headphones, I think you're going to find something, you're going to find that to be more effective. You know what I'm saying? I got to pee, guys, and I want you guys to check out this Kunle music video because it's that freaking good. I'm sure y'all familiar with Kunle, right?
Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they broke and you're so pain. Biggie, can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they broke and you're so pain.
Let me get my own, I promise I won't let it go. Aiming to break out of them. Yeah. Lyrical boxes, we rumble like foxes. We up in the pocket, pride creeping up on the low, making me wanna go cap it. Slow down, your only competition is you. So what is the truth? And what is the lies? Where is the lies? You hope to provide, conquer the rise. Those who want to provide, I mean it. Just because of the minute, seem a lit up with me. Don't give you the God, give a right to mistreat it. I ain't got a tip, but I tip when I tip. Off the top of my dome when I feed it. Excuse Davis riding so slow. I know we should be on the feet up. And once a guy to a non-believer, still a guy regardless to believe. How come I never get high to leave? How come I never come straight on the beat? How come when I come I feel a sense of relief mixed with grief and a little tease of anticipation with it for the next time I beat on the beat.
Biggie, can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they broke and you're so pain. Biggie, can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they broke and you're so pain.
It go 1, 2 for the freedom, hoping that I beat it. You can count the feet, but defeat it since the feet is. See the kings are strong, you know I'm on the road. I have them all unseated. One with it, done with it. Bless them all with no reason, just a gun with it. Smoke till I choke the whole nose, so thrown, lose along with it. Shoot up when I boot up deeper than a deep sea scuba, no pain for the wave. Shoot through my veins, still lose the plane with it.
Can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they broke and you're so pain. Biggie, can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they broke and you're so pain.
Hoping that I beat it. You can count the feet up, defeat it since the feet is. See the kings are strong, you know I'm on the road. I have them all unseated. 1, 2 for the freedom, hoping that I beat it. You can count the feet up, defeat it since the feet is. See the kings are strong, you know I'm on the road. I have them all unseated. One with it, done with it. That's the ball with no reason.
I'm telling y'all, don't be sleep on a Patreon community. Most talented community in the universe. Definitely in the land of the internet. I'm sure God got some holy angels in heaven, you know what I'm saying, that are probably more lit. But when it comes to this internet thing, guys, my man Kunle is dope, man. We got so much talent. I'm so excited for you guys, man. All right, we're going to keep it moving. We got Bake Master. What's up, Ruslan? It's the instrumental. I wanted to know if the 808 is behind the kick enough this time, and if the section lengths are good. The structure is intro, hook, verse, outro. All right, let's check you out, Bake Master. I like that snare.
This is a Bake Master production.
I hope this hits. I'll be honest, the snare is good, but I'm not super impressed. Hopefully this hits. Oh, bro, that was so anticlimactic. Bruh. Yeah, man, I'm not the biggest fan of this. Okay, a couple things. One, the relationship between the 808 and the kick, like that kick is just not punchy enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me play y'all something with like some good knock to it, so you guys can kind of feel what I'm saying. Like, these joints need to punch you in the freaking face, man. They just, I don't know if it's your main bass or what, but it just sounded mad like flat. You know what I mean? So like, I'll play you guys this. Let's see. So listen to how my kicks hit. Now listen to how 808 come in. Right? So it's something I was working on recently. So now that's how my beat drops. Listen to the drop. You see what I'm saying? Like, the kick gotta punch and cut through, and there's gonna be some mid frequencies in that. You know what I'm saying? There gotta be some mid frequencies in your kick as well. There has to be a relationship between the kick and the 808 that's complementary and not competing. And you gotta have your master bus settings right, so that they can like hit, because this joint just does not knock. And then there's other stuff you could do to add more energy to the tracks and build anticipation. So you good sound selection on the snare. You need a whole nother kick. You need to loosen up the kick, and so it's not so stiff and in the pocket. Preferably a hook or just more knock. You gotta get some better kick sounds. Yeah, and that kick needs to really drive this joint, in my opinion. Just my opinion. But yeah, it was the drop of this was just mad anticlimactic. I think you could do better, bro. Like, I think you could do better. It's just gonna take you some time to like find those kick sounds to get that knock to pop. You know what I'm saying? The 808 is too loud. Yes, the 808 is too loud. It's overshadowing everything else on the beat. And so like the kick to me is what should drive the songs. A lot of these types of records, in my opinion. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can give you. Don't quantize your kicks. Get the right kick sounds. Once you find the right kicks, you don't gotta pick a new kick for every beat. Find 3 or 4 kicks that you're in love with, tune them to the sound of the track if you need to, and then just use the same 3 or 4 kicks. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's keep moving. We got Nate. What's good, Ruslan? Made this track. Just wanted to hear your thoughts. If there was anything I needed to change or improve, a little bit of profanity. Just want to let you know. All right, this profanity on this. How'd your kids? How'd your wife? We are all big boys here, so I do not censor people, but, I like to give you guys a heads up.
Yes, hello. I was wondering if you could play that song again.
Which one, man?
The one that goes...
I like that flute already.
Young and had a ball all day. None of this shit came easy to me. Started with 20s and 40s and 50s. I keep it 100. I need a million.
So listen to how knocky that kick is and the relationship between the 808 and the kick.
I'm finna double up. Run that roulette and I count it up. We gon' be bulling. My pockets is looting. I'm mixing that drink in my double cup. Run that shit back like a running back. Catching the smoke like you ain't handling second hand. I'ma go do what I gotta do. Call me Ferrero. One ball for 100 grand. I'm finna double up. Get up my swag and my money up. Buying in twos because one ain't enough. Making sure all my items is doubled up. One-on-one against your best man. Turn that man into my next man. I'm just out here feeling blessed, man. Catch me coming at the next, man. I see through them like a zero. I'm a down like Al Pacino. Got more sauce than Carinos. No problems, no amigos. They was thinking that I left, but now I'm here again. Make me put my hands up, I swear I'm innocent. Only bending that I do is that Mercedes-Benz. Get that power moving forward, Zion Williamson. They don't really want this. Somehow that you can't stop talking. Saying this was the flow and a bunch of ejected. But how can that be if your sales below average? Oh shit, he macho, no, I just go savage. Can't call this living if I don't live lavish. Flexing my scars because I took the damage. Louis Vuitton with the plus of my baggage. 8 times 3, that's Kobe. Mamba. Devil in disguise like Loki. Slime got drip, that's the broski. People I don't know wanna know me.
Oh, yo, this is good. I'm vibing with it. This needs a hook. This desperately needs a hook. I don't think this is good enough where you can rap for a minute and a half and not switch it up or have something interesting come in.
Maybe that's because I'm bar. I don't ever really have to try hard. Man, I used to grind for a peso. Need more bills than Bezos. Luxury, see that ain't a pinky ring. That don't mean shit to me. She got 10 fingers, I buy her 10 wedding rings. My links are Cuban, your links are like silver string. I got some shooters, okay, like a Suna. Run up on me, I'll be tucking that Ruger. The down of the boy, it's not really a question like multiple choice. I'm just keeping them guessing. Young and had a ball all day. None of this shit came easy to me. Started with 20s and 40s and 50s. I keep it 100. I need a milli. I'm finna double up.
So you did this, this dude got a lot of charisma, a lot of good things going for him. I think the hook could have been a tad bit stronger, and I think you could have broken up those verses a bit. You kind of start rambling on here, but it comes in super strong. It just doesn't stay that strong the entire record. Like,
Young and had a ball all day. None of this shit came easy to me. Started with 20s and 40s and 50s. I keep it 100. I need a milli. I'm finna double up. Run that roulette and I count it up. We gon' be bulling. My pockets is looting. I'm mixing that drink in my double cup. Run that shit back like a running back. Catching the smoke like you ain't handling second hand. I'ma go.
It's definitely got like some Logic vibes. Yeah, definitely got some Logic vibes in a good way. I just think, I think the verse is too long. In my opinion, I think it's like here, it just...
Get that power moving forward, Zion Williamson. Make me put my hand through them like a zero. I'm a down like Al Pacino. Got more sauce
like you just kind of start reaching with some of the bars, and it just kind of starts to drag on, in my opinion. So I would have shortened the verse, and I would have probably came with a stronger hook. Also, not a big fan of double cup, like you're referencing promethazine. Like, I don't think that's cool, man. Like, I mean, how many rappers we got to lose until we stop talking about that crap? Like, from a content standpoint, I'm not even talking about, like, what you believe about God. I'm just saying, like, bruh, like, we just lost Juice WRLD. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talking about double cupping. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? On some man-to-man, like, I just wouldn't be rapping about that. I tell any of my friends, like, this is not the time to be putting hard drugs into music, you know? Not in 2020. Not in my opinion, anyway. Content aside, though, I think this is very strong. I think you got a great ear for beats. I think you have a lot of charisma in your voice. I think I would say less is more. This song is way stronger under 2 minutes than it is at 2:49. And I think you got to figure out how to condense it and make it a bit more focused. You know what I'm saying? My man Big Master said Big Mac's over lean. I mean, yeah. Just about anything over lean. Okay, my bad. My man's totally called me out, LP. This the outro of my new podcast, The Babble Scatter. We heard the intro last week, outro. Bruh, I'm trying to hear the podcast. When is the podcast coming on? Send me the podcast. It's about regular people, no titles, real Holy Spirit. Either a chat discussing things I've learned in Christ or a discussion concerning a topic centered around building a good life. Hit me on IG, Leland Pilot. All right. is there raps? You gonna rap, my G? Oh, it's just a beat. Leland, you're a good producer, man. I mess with your stuff, bro. I think with a lot of guys that are wearing multiple hats, like I think it's just kind of like the packaging of the mixes needs to be a bit tighter, in my opinion. But bro, you're freaking fire. What do you produce on? I'm curious. I wish the kick was a little louder. That's really it. That side chain is cool. I wish the kick was a little louder. And that would be really my only critique. I just wish your kicks were just a bit punchier and everything else was a little quieter. The vocal can get vocal's a bit loud. It kind of creates some ear fatigue, and it's tough to then put imagine a rapper on that. But that'd be my only feedback, man. I've messed with it, bro. I can't wait for your podcast to start. Yeah, you got a good intro, good outro. You know what I'm saying? All right. This is the beat you could just play and go crazy on. Yeah, man. All right, cut right. Happy Valentine's Day. Me and the Moo Broke Ike Hill channeled our inner Boys to Men for this joint, and it's hilariously cheesy. This song is 2 years old, but we just made the video for it. All right, I like it. Revitalizing. All right, it's hilarious.
And I don't know how she goes.
There's only one girl for me, one girl for me, one girl for me, one girl, one. There's only one girl for me, one girl for me, one girl for me, one girl, one. I'ma love you for the rest of my life.
Yo, why does this record kind of go though? Like as cringy and funny as the video is, this joint is kind of like I'm like listening to it without watching it, and it sounds good.
Yo, I done have a fair share, here and there, everywhere, but no one compares. Yeah, I know your voice sounded kinda cliche. At the end of the day, it don't matter just what I say, but what I do on a daily is how I prove. How
he got the he got the daggone the plastic bags on his kicks because it's raining.
What I do on a daily is how I prove how much you amaze me, even though you drive me crazy. And it's a two-way street, and I'll admit that sometimes I'm the reason that you're going on a trip. But let's go, let's go. Just you and me. Tell me what you're dreaming and wishing. Put the phone aside and look you in.
I really feel like this is the kind of stuff like a 15-second loop of this on TikTok could go, in my opinion.
The eyes and I undivide my attention. Netflix and chill as I ate meat. Now your last name's Hill, get everything. You're my queen, I'm your king. You're the one that I adore. From the ground floor, you make down, couldn't ask for anything more. Glad the past ain't no more, cause I wasn't always faithful. I'm thankful, you ain't leaving, it was painful. Couldn't blame you if you got up and left, cause my lane stuff walked over you like you was a step. Man, I'm with you to death, that's for sure. No more games except PS4, but you know that's fun and you're second to none. Two will always be together, forever be one.
One girl for me, only one girl for me, one girl for me, one girl, one. There's only one girl for me, one girl for me, one girl for me, one girl.
Yeah, and I'ma love you for the rest of my life. So glad I can call you my wife, and I'ma love you for the rest of my life. So glad I can call you my wife, and I'ma love you for the rest of my life. So glad I can call you my wife, and I'ma love you for the rest of my life. So glad I can call you my wife. Yeah.
Honestly, there's only been a few great loves in history. Steve Urkel and Laura, Dwayne Wade and Whitley, Corrigan to Topanga, Kermit and Miss Big G, Doug and Patty, Mayo, me and my Vicky. I've been dreaming about a Huckster, no pudding. Like in the future, we'll have a Rosie of our own. But the present is such a gift. And you showed me where the bow is. I'm a perfect Peter Griffin. Yet you love me at my lowest. Yeah. You know what sounds sexy. I might get some hate, I will. But you look so good when you fix my plate. Yeah, you my private dancer. I might spend a rent, but cause you live with me, I get my money back.
One girl for me, one girl for me, one girl for me, one girl. There's only one girl for me, one girl for me, one girl for me, one girl.
And I'ma love you for the rest of my life. So glad I could call you my wife. And I'ma love you for the rest of my life. So glad I could call you my wife. And I'ma love you for the rest of my life. So glad I could call you my wife. And I'ma love you for the rest of my life. So glad I could call you my wife.
Bro. Yo, that was amazing. And I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life. I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life. Yo, that was fire. Yeah, what was the girl in the video? Y'all couldn't find one wife to want to be in the video with y'all? Come on, man. All right, Conscience, mix and master. The song is just me being in my world. A visual will make this make sense. How can I be me and create a tunnel into my world? I mean that righteously. I take serious about souls who are listening. All right. I'm excited you got a song mixed by Conscience, Emmanuel.
Yeah. Do it like a nigga with you. Do it for you like a nation.
Yo, this already sounds so much better with the good mix on it. Let me pull it back.
Do it like a nigga with you. Do it for you like a nation. You my low with you. See it, I saw it. You need it, I be with it. Hey. You want it, I feel me with it. Hey. From the soul, I give it to you. Hey. Need it, I be love with it. Hey. I'ma be everything you need. I gotta see it, I gotta be with it. I need it, I see me. Yeah. Need it, I see me. Yeah, yeah. Talking about the Father, man. You love me, love you. Yeah. Get it like talking about your love. Yeah. I'ma get it. Yeah. Get it like me. Yeah. Get it, I need. Yeah.
Play this record as frequently as possible.
Love you with, do it for you, I'ma see you with. Do it for the Father, loving you, I need it. Let me be what you do, I gotta get you. I'ma see it like you do, just you. Get it, I'm the Father, loving me, I'm the two. Play every day, mean it when I say sweet. Do it for my love that I gotta do. Provide every day for me, yeah you do. Hey, cause I can't do it on my own, I can't. I'ma see it, I'ma follow it, man. Get it, yeah, get it with you, man.
Yo, Emmanuel, this is the best I've heard from you, bro. Yeah, it's definitely like got the young thug kind of mumbly vibe. But I think it's a vibe. I think it's dope. I would say if you're trying to get your idea and your message like clearly across, I think you have to figure out and simplify what it is you're trying to say and narrow it down to like a very clear, simple phrase that pays. Because this is going to be way over my head. Even if I understood more of what you were saying, I think how cryptic you are is going to be way over my head. So I would try to figure out, instead of like you saying, I get it, that was kind of like the hook in here. I get it, man, I get it. Let me pull it back.
Do it for you, I'ma see you with.
So get it. I need, yeah, get it. Right. I think you should have simplified that, and instead of saying something kind of generic, like I get it, I think you should have been more specific about what is the actual heart of the record. You know what I'm saying? And really have a simple phrase that pays, and try to almost write like a mission statement for each song and summarize it in a word or two. And I think that's gonna, and then with your drip and your cadence, you're gonna be way more aligned with finding something in that pocket versus just kind of having a wavy vibe the entire record, which is cool. But if you're saying you care about how you create a tunnel into your world, you're gonna have to give them something to hold on to. And right now, there's not nothing for me to hold on to, but just like a cool vibe, which is dope, which is cool. But I think you can give them something a bit simpler to grasp, and then follow you into that. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we got Rest Easy. Do you have a description? Wrote, mixed, and produced by me. Enjoy.
Rest easy. No, I'm not fine. Think about you all the time.
That's a dope drop.
Fucking never mind, baby.
All right, how'd your kids? How'd your wife? Let's bring it back. Sounds a little offbeat, if I'm honest with you, Rest Easy.
Think about you all the time. Not another.
Literally sounds like those vocals were just completely pasted wrong.
That's all. Fucking never mind, baby. Move your body on mine. Don't wanna feel, but you're loved tonight. No, I'm not fine. Think about you all the time. Not another sad song. Fucking never mind, baby. Move your body on mine. Don't wanna feel, but you're loved tonight. Cannot tell my.
Okay. This sounds like you're very much so hiding behind the effects and the drip and the auto-tune, and not about what you really want to say in this record.
Runs from my rise, heart out aside, Mr. Call it whisper. Say who I am, baby, so am I. Hate to be the reason why you're crying tonight.
And then the offbeat thing is really hard to catch on to.
Focus on my grind, trying to get this right. Spend some man.
But there's some confidence there. There's something there in just you being willing to jump out like this. That makes it interesting.
Any nights wishing I would die. Gambling with my life. Taking many drugs, now I don't feel right. Gucci on my waistline, running to the sky, yeah. Smoking gas on cloud nine, drinking till the sunrise. Every day I roll the dice, I'ma live it up, yeah. Playboy bunny, yeah, she bad. Fallen angel from the sky, stacking till the day.
You're offbeat, bro. Like, I don't know if you were super high when you made this, but you were all over the beat.
I die. Cannot tell my wrongs from my rise. Heart out aside, Mr. Call it whisper. Say who I am, baby, so am I. Hate to be the reason why you're crying tonight. Focus on my grind, trying to get this right.
All right, Rest Easy. Kudos to you for producing this and mixing it, because the mix is actually pretty lit on this. I think you got to get if you're on drugs, bro, you got to get off drugs. Like, you got to clean your life up, because it's just hard to keep up what you're even talking about. And you're very offbeat, and I don't know if you understand how offbeat you are. You have enough talent in you to clearly pull off a decent sounding mix and a dope beat, but your execution is just, you're just too, like, far gone. Unless this is a facade and you're putting on like this edgy thing. Either way, it seems like you're going through some stuff, bro, and I would encourage you to like get some help, like talk to somebody about that, because this isn't like, we can glamorize rock stars and rap stars and think that like they can do these drugs and be zanned out and all this whole thing and still make great art. I mean, first of all, a lot of them aren't even on drugs. Like, a lot of these guys just been lying to y'all. And you think that because Future talks about Molly and Percocets that he does them all the time. And he recently came out and he said, no, I was off. I was sober. I was afraid to tell people I was sober. A lot of these guys are cowards, man, and they're leading y'all astray. So, like, if you're on this whole drug wave thing, like, bro, you got to get clean. Like, you got to clean your life up and get some clarity and lock back into reality. You know what I mean? I think that's gonna be the best thing for your music, bro. Like there are dudes that can recreationally do drugs and make dope art, but they're few and far in between. Most of these kids end up overdosing or with their life in the gutter or doing highly illegal activities to pay for their addiction, and it's just a mess, bro. As someone that comes from an area that's been affected by hard drugs, by pimping, by soft drugs, everything in anything, like, these stories don't end good. You know what I'm saying? These stories don't end good. I feel like people, I'm going to show Corinna, I feel like people just been through shit and they're expressing it through music, not going through it. They're expressing it through music, not going through it. Yeah, maybe. I think Rest Easy may have been high when he actually made that, though. I think there's a chance. 51% chance he was probably faded when he made that. Or he just has no concept of rhythm and timing, right? So you got to find the pocket. There's a pocket in music. It's a 4/4, and you're just like grotesquely off and over the beat, which then says to me maybe you were high when you made this. I don't know. I don't know if you were or you weren't. But if you're going through stuff, get help. Like, I don't think there's anything cool or creative or artistic about being in a bad place and staying in a bad place and venting about you being in the bad place. Like, I don't think that's fly. Like, I don't think that's art. I don't think that's empowering. I don't think that's how you become successful. I think it can make some cool records occasionally. But I think those stories just end as tragedies, man. And I don't want to see any more tragedies. I don't want to see anybody loosely affiliated with this community dying or having, you know what I'm saying, like overdosing or something like that. And so, like, I just don't think this stuff is cool. Like again, like, we just lost Juice WRLD. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just not cool to me. I'm sorry. I just couldn't even catch on to a bounce or vibe of it. The tortured artist concept never ends well. It never ends well. The tortured artist concept never ends well. You got to take some ownership, some responsibility for whatever issues you're having, whatever drama you're going through, whatever failed relationships you have. We all have to take accountability and responsibility for where we are. Some of that stuff isn't our fault. Some of that stuff we got a crappy hand dealt. But a lot of it is within the realms of variables that we can control. And I'm all about empowering people to control the variables you can control. Control the stuff you can control. Control the stuff that you can't control other people. You can't control relationships. You can't control your family. But you can control whether you get clean or not. You can control whether you get help. You can control whether you go to a therapist. You can control whether you go and get off the drugs. Like, you can control that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Music helps you be in the right place for some people. See, I think for some people, but I think for other people, it keeps them in their depression. I think if the tone of the music is, I'm sad, I'm depressed, oh, woe is me, and that's what you want to consume and meditate and open up your heart to, you're going to stay sad and depressed and anxious. You know what I mean? You're going to stay sad and depressed and anxious. And if you think that's cool, then at that point you want to be a victim. At that point, you want to stay sick. You want to stay mentally ill. At that point, if you're depressed, so you listen to depressing music and you stay in the cycle of depression, you then want to be depressed. You know what I'm saying? And it soothes you. It's like being in an abusive relationship. It's like being in an abusive relationship. Like, it's that cycle. You know what I mean? It doesn't solve the issue, but it lets other people know that they're not alone. And I think people know they're not alone at this point. I agree with you in terms of, that's a fair point. I agree with you. I think it lets people know they're not alone. I think what's more important is letting people know that there's a way out. I think it's more important to let people know there's a way out, that you don't have to be addicted, that you don't have to be sick, that you don't have to be depressed, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and whether that's through 12 steps in sobriety or therapy or fitness and physical activity, like the stuff I promote on this channel, I think it's more important to offer people resolution and hope. Not every song has to do that. I'm not saying every song needs to turn into a kumbaya, we're holding hands and we're happy. Like, it don't gotta go there every record. And it's okay to make sad songs, and it's okay to pour your heart into a record. But if the totality of one's art is just about how sad and depressed they are, we're going to create just a tortured generation of sad and depressed kids that are someday going to have kids. You know what I'm saying? Very true. Someone knowing you're not alone allows you to be complacent. You know? So I don't know. I want to hear more hope. I think I sent this article to some of our community, Patreon community. It talked about like the difference in 90s rap versus today's rap. And I don't agree with all of it, but the big idea was that like in the 90s, when a lot of these guys were talking about selling drugs and doing illegal activities, it was never out of a victim mentality. It was always out of a overcoming adversity mentality. The system wasn't fair to us. These things were terrible. We had a crappy hand dealt. So on. We grew up in the projects, grew up in the hood. Therefore, we said F the system, and we started doing what we had to do to change our circumstances, and then we became rappers. This is the Jay-Z story. This is the NWA story. This is the Snoop. There's a rebellion attached, but it's actually rooted in overcoming the adversity and a crappy hand that poor black people and poor brown people got in white flight neighborhoods. That was the narrative in the 90s. And so get rich or die trying, right? There's a degree of escapism, and there's a degree of sadness, and there's a degree of like, I'm going to do whatever I got to do by any means necessary to get out, right? And I think that's evolved into this like, well, I guess I'll just be a drug addict. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Nah, like that stuff's not lit to me. You know what I mean? Like, I get that like people are going through stuff, going through depression, but yo, you know, at some point, if you are morbidly obese and you're just gonna complain about how you're morbidly obese, and you're never gonna and you want to listen to music from other people that are morbidly obese, guess what? That's gonna take time off your life. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, you gotta wake up and say, man, I got some love handles. I got some man boobs. I got a dad bod, and I ain't been a dad that long. And you got to get up and do something about it, right? And I think mental health and depression is, some people are chemically depressed. Some people have OCD disorder. Some people have totally different chemical imbalance. That's different. That needs a professional, licensed therapist and treatment and medication, all that kind of stuff. There's some people like that. But I'd say the overwhelming majority of these guys are using depression as a freaking marketing tool. And then when you actually impact other people who are depressed and then they stay stuck in their depression because they're listening to you all the time, like, that's just irresponsible to me. Christian artists, not Christian artists, I don't care. It's just not lit. You know what I'm saying? My man Prophet said, you are what you eat. So if listening to murder music all the time, I will be in that mind state. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think that's it's very true. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at the 90s, even though that music was what it was, these fools were we were way more violent. Like, my generation was way more violent. Way more violent. You cats, like, I know multiple people who've been shot. I know multiple people who've been murdered. Like, dudes is violent. You know what I'm saying? And it's not dope. You know? It's King C4 said my love handles are real loving. Hey man, if you love yourself, bro, then enjoy your love handles. But if you get to a place where you don't like the way you look in the mirror, don't put on that victim mentality and act like you ain't got no control over it. You do. You can control that. You can eat less, move more. But if you're happy, just you know, if you're happy, then hey man, be happy. I wasn't happy. I looked at a picture of myself with my shirt off and I was sad. And guess what? I did something about it. I ate less junk. I ate more protein and nutrient dense food, and I got my butt to the gym. And you know, things changed. So my moobs are manly. Y'all are stupid. Facts, got to turn on angels too. Cool guy raps. Word, man, we're going to keep moving. We got Martian Toe. Hey, Ruslan, my name is Martian. My song is called Mercy. It's Afrobeat. Okay. I would love to hear what you got to say about the track. I just released it. Let's go. We got some Afrobeat. Mixing it up, man. We are mixing it up.
such thing. Too many blessings. Ooh, come in, take go. Ooh, nobody your shadow can hold me down. Nobody your shadow can hold me down. Yeah. Blessing, plenty. Oh, I know for sure that you got me up. Mercy, heavy. Oh, you open doors. Blessing, plenty. Oh, I know for sure that you got me up. Mercy, heavy. Oh, you open doors. Hard time did it all for me. Good time did it all for me. Crossberry did it all for me. Rose up did it all for me. Hard time did it all for me. Good time did it all for me. Crossberry did it all for me. Rose up did it all for me. My girl, you make me feel alright. I can see the diamonds in the night. Yeah, I'm feeling blind, you get.
Yo, this joint goes Martin Toad. This is fly.
When I'm going wrong, you make me right. Too many blessings. Ooh, come in, take go. Ooh, nobody your shadow can hold me down. Nobody your shadow can hold me down. Yeah. Blessing, plenty. Oh, I know for sure that you got me up. Mercy, heavy. Oh, you open doors. Blessing, plenty. Oh, I know for sure that you got me up. Mercy, heavy. Oh, you open doors. Hard time did it all for me. Good time did it all for me. Crossberry did it all for me. Rose up did it all for me. Hard time did it all for me. Good time did it all for me. Crossberry did it all for me. Rose up did it all for me.
Yo, that was like possibly one of the best non-hip-hop songs I've heard on this live stream. That joint goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a real cool vibe. I don't know a whole lot about Afrobeat, but it sounded modern. It didn't sound dated. It didn't sound like it was like it was mixed poorly. Like, everything about it sounded the way you used the auto-tune. Like, there's a lot of really good stuff happening in there. So, all right, Jared Tate, something I worked on while on paternity leave while dealing with my new twin girls to keep me and others encouraged in darker times. This is also my first attempt at doing a song all by myself, from producing the beat to trying to mix it. I know I need to get better at mixing. All right, Jared Tate. Hi-hats are a little too loud.
Dark days, dark and night long. Caught the beat of life. We gon' make it through the night. Surely it will be alright. Power by the spirit, so we fight.
All right. Let's listen some more.
Never gonna take my energy.
Okay, so first of all, this sounds very thrown together. This sounds like it was just a bunch of loops you pieced together, without a whole lot of consideration. The snare rolls, the 808s. There's no kick. I don't hear a kick. It's just all 808s.
Never gonna take my energy. Dark days, dark and night long. Caught the beat of life. We gon' make it through the night. Surely it will be alright. Power by the spirit. So
yeah, this is all feels mad fast for no reason. Like, I don't understand what's happening here. Like, why is this record so fast? Why are you like, it's not very catchy. It's not very replayable.
never gonna take my energy.
Your vocal is super tucked. There's no kick. The hi-hats and the snares are hella loud.
Never gonna take my energy. Yeah, thought I come to you humble just like they taught me. Standing on my principle like heavyweight up in the ring.
You know what happened? I know what happened. What happened was, this is 120 BPM. He got his software and didn't, I bet you, because I've done this before, he didn't know how to change the BPM to a slower BPM. So he picked this 120 BPM, pieced together a bunch of loops, probably like in Logic or something. And that's why everything sounds so fast. I've literally done this before. So tip number one, that button that says BPM, that's your beats per minute. So slow this down. Like, slow this down to a reasonable tempo. 70 to maybe 100, right? This is 120. This is an awkward tempo, and it's just all right. And so this is a very tough tempo to attack, and it just sounded like you didn't really know how to slow the track down, and so you just kind of threw this together.
They ain't never known to make a scene, but when demons approach me, I got the spiritual bullets that
sounds like you're reading. Stop reading your raps. Never read your raps again. Not for 5 years. You cannot read a single rap for 5 years. No more reading, Jared. I want you to memorize them, then re-record them.
They make them bleed. They my enemy. They want me for my energy. Put my guard up. Hit my knees while he refilling me. I'm a bad, so we turn me from a rascal. Driving through the lane on these haters like Pascal. Last days, they only
Okay. Tip number 1, slow the BPM down. Tip number 2, add a kick drum. Tip number 3, turn the hats and the snares down. Tip number 4, don't read your raps. Okay? So I knew it. He said it's exactly what I did, man. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't start working. He didn't know how to change the BPM. I've done it, bro. It's okay. I've done it. It's okay. So this is what you're gonna do. Take the same idea. Don't try to do anything else unless you really hate this. I think this is okay. But if you want to start a new one, do one. Slow this down. Add a kick drum to it. Don't quantize the kick. Don't make it perfect. Add some soul to the kick. Play it on like an MPD. Like I got my. You guys can't see it. It's like pads. Like play it on some pads, right? Memorize these lyrics. Re-record them. Slow this down to probably like 95. See how this feels at 95. You know what I'm saying? Take out those snares. You can leave the hi-hats. Take out the snares. Add another snare. You should play your kick and snare. And re-record this for me. From memory. No reading. Do not read. No reading. And I want you to perform it. Not just rap it. Perform it. Pour everything you have into it. And then tell me how you do it. And then from now on, do that. Set your BPM. Find a kick to drive it. Make sure the kick is the loudest thing. And make sure it's not overly quantized. All right. We got the homie Justin. Super rough sample vocals, but wanted to submit. All right, let's check you out, Justin. Justin is like an executive producer. He be piecing together different stuff. It's very, very interesting. It's our last submission for the night.
Quisiera que no fuera verdad que te vas de mí. Aún no te vas y ya te extraño. Quisiera que no me duela más, pero no es fácil. Verte por ti me hace daño.
Yeah, I like the singing on this. I don't understand what it's saying, but like the way it feels is pretty dope.
Yo no soy el mismo si no estás conmigo. Necesito que acompañen mis latidos y me den los besos que no nos dimos. Quédate un poco más. Que quiero amarte hoy y mañana un poco más. Nadie te ama igual, no me olvidarás jamás. Solo quiero que me des un minuto.
Yeah, I think it's cool, bro. I don't know who the vocalists are. And again, it's tough to decide if there's a phrase that pays because it's in a different language. But I think this is a vibe. Obviously, get it mixed right. Maybe tuck the male vocal down. Push the girl vocal up a little bit. Push that kick up a bit more just to drive it. And yeah, man. But I think this is really interesting. Your whole creative approach is really interesting, Justin. It's not something that I've seen before. So, yo, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, man. Zoom call. Might be tomorrow. We'll see. Tomorrow or Sunday. Sunday, my man Nick D comes into town. So maybe we'll do a Sunday. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. Not quite sure. You'll see it. If y'all on Patreon, you'll see a Patreon post. If you're a new Patreon, hop in a Zoom call. Super important. It's how you get to know everybody else in the community, how we get to know you, how I get to know you, and you get to be in a big group video Zoom call with me. So they're super fun, man. Appreciate you guys watching. Super dope stream. Thank you for everybody who killed it. Thank you for everybody who went and made changes based on the tips I gave and like pop back in and with an updated version. Like, y'all are freaking amazing.